Ballers, welcome to ONSIDE ZA, the last watch-along for 2023. And speaking of last, this last chance saloon for Manchester United in the Champions League. Joining me for this watch-along is Mr. Len Molego.
I'm sad. It's our last live. I'm sad.
It's our last watch-along. We're still live again Friday.
Live watch-along. You know what I mean, Mark.
Yeah.
Anniversary people. Sorry, Captain. Watch along.
Captain.
Watch along.
Captain.
Yes, watch along.
Also joining us is Super Sub.
Danke.
Welcome, Super Sub.
Thank you, Marco.
So we started off our first ever watch-along. What we imagine to be one of the first ever watch-alongs for football in Africa, really. Yes. For Manchester United, where they struggled at home to Wolves. We're back at Old Trafford today. If Manchester United carry on defending the way they have been, it will be a rough one.
And the draw will be a full circle.
Yeah. But anyway, welcome, live ballers. Of course, this is ONSIDE ZA brought to you by Betway, where you get way more. If you do join as a new user on the Betway app, use the affiliate code ONSIDE ZA. It really helps us out a lot. Speaking of new users on the Betway app, we have some giveaways today. Last week, we announced the giveaway of a 1,000 Rand Betway top-up voucher, and some Betway merch was given away earlier in December and November. Today's giveaway is another Betway top-up, courtesy of me. So we got another Betway top-up, so be sure to stay in the comments with us, where we will be giving away that Betway top-up.
Father Christmas.
Hey, I'm feeling...
No, you are Captain Father Christmas.
Captain Father Christmas. I'm feeling very generous. And we
nice
can
one,
get
nice
even
one,
more
nice
generous because giving away today on the show as well is this Brazil shirt with the number one on it.
Beautiful.
Number one, a player, the shirt isn't from that season, but in 1994, Brazil won the World Cup with this man in goal in the USA. His name is Claudio.
Italy lost it.
Italy lost the World Cup.
Yes.
Baggio missing a penalty.
Baggio.
Yeah.
One of the greatest players of all time.
Did he hit the post, the crossbar?
He skied it.
It didn't even hit the crossbar.
Nope.
Nowhere near the target.
He skied it.
He rugbyed.
Hey, sorry, we're out of sync, guys. I am going to go and sort that out.
And get us in sync. While you do that, let me chat to Super Sub.
Out of sync.
Out of sync.
Okay.
As we are out of sync and we reflect on the year, especially in the Champions League. Actually, not even on the year, on the season. In their final group game, they finished their group top, which means they will be playing the So in the pots, I think they're gonna get a favorable draw in terms of how the draw is gonna be done. That's happening on Monday, on the 18th of.
Okay, bring me in. Ballers, sorry about that.
Oh, you're back. Thank you very much. Yes,
We're back. Sorry about that. Some technical problems, but we're back. Let us know everything's working smoothly for you in the comments there. We were just talking about this giveaway. Len and Super Sub were talking off camera about a bunch of old Champions League stuff, which we can get into. I see in the comments here, Arsenal won, PSV won, which we did see. Or should we say Arsenal B team, PSV won?
Yes, Arsenal B 1, PSV 1.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Arsenal tops the group.
As it is.
And resting players ahead of another strenuous week coming up for Premier League football and a very strenuous campaign for the Christmas period.
Yeah, I mean, there are teams that are going to be playing on the 23rd, on the 24th. That's insane. Imagine like playing a game tonight and you have to go eat turkey the following day. Well, I won't punch you, but like...
Yeah, no. That was crazy. But anyway,
So now
we'll talk about it on Friday.
Talk about it on Friday.
we spoke about Sevilla being a danger in the Europa League.
Looks like they're not going there.
Not going there.
They're not going there.
Sevilla aren't going to win the Europa League for a change.
Would you say that it's indicative of how their domestic campaign is going? Because it looks like when they're not doing well at home, when they go to the continent as well, it's almost like reflective.
Well, it was halfway through last season they lost the best manager on the planet.
Yep. Unai
Emery.
Oh, good evening, Bolas.
Good evening.
Yes.
But Sevilla bottom of the group. Lens, with their win over Sevilla, confirmed Europa. PSV's draw meant that they confirmed their spot in the next round of the Champions League, which they would have qualified for anyway with their superior goal difference, it seems.
So as it stands, to the ballers out there, at this rate, given what we're going to be speaking about now with the Man United versus Bayern game, and there's obviously Copenhagen playing Galatasaray, a lot can happen in that group, but we're going to be discussing it just now. So Arsenal either will play one of either Galatasaray or Copenhagen. They won't play Bayern because both of them are finishing in first, or they'll either play Napoli. I don't see Braga making.
Who would you take? Copenhagen?
They would either also play Inter.
Yeah.
Inter or Real Sociedad.
Yeah, because
a lot can happen in that
clear.
group. Yes,
it does not have a clear winner.
Both teams are still on 11 points, so we're not sure who's going to finish in second.
Okay, let's look who's clear of the second position or who's clear of the top. It's Napoli.
Napoli, yes.
It's one of the teams that Arsenal might play.
Inter still not clear.
Yes, yeah.
Lazio and Atletico still not clear.
I think PSG. That group is still a lot still can happen, in that group, because PSG might not even make.
Milan might also slip
that's what I'm
in.
saying.
Yes.
So all those teams can still go through.
Yeah, so it's open season there.
Yeah.
And then in Group G, City are through, Leipzig are through.
Yeah,
so it might also be RB Leipzig that Arsenal gets to play. And Group H is also not necessarily clear because
Porto and Shakhtar.
If Porto or Shakhtar Donetsk win in their respective next games, Porto
play each other tomorrow night at 10.
So whoever
wins there.
Well, depending, they could be even on points with Barcelona.
Yes.
So then, say Porto, if Barcelona were to lose to Antwerp tomorrow night, and Porto were to beat Shakhtar by a goal or two.
It's irony that you speak about Antwerp and we were talking about a certain movie earlier on and they actually make reference to it.
Yes.
But anyway.
I don't mind bringing up that movie because we spoke about Vinnie Jones, who was a great footballer.
Yes.
And there's some Vinnie Jones-ish content coming that I can't speak about as yet.
But we shall get there.
When we get there,
yes. Sorry, Super Sub. It's okay. We're not
Okay, so we've gone through all those groups about who Arsenal, who have now qualified top of the group, could face. That means that PSV will be facing either Bayern Munich, who have topped their group, Real Madrid, who have topped their group, either Inter Milan or Real Sociedad.
Man City.
They could face Man City,
Atletico
Dortmund, who are
Lazio.
likely to top their group, or PSG, which is another possibility. Atletico Madrid or Lazio. That's undecided, as you guys said
Barcelona
earlier.
or
And then
Porto.
Barcelona, but
So, like when
likely
you look at it, and I was actually having this chat with Super Sub earlier on, who looks like a favorite in the Champions League this season?
Manchester City, Real Madrid, the usual suspects.
But if you look at Manchester City and translate their domestic form to now it's Champions League time and anything can happen.
Anything can happen. And
Anything can happen.
If City keep it up, they won't be winning the Champions League. But it's Manchester City. We've seen them drop off before in seasons and then go on a 20-game winning streak and win everything.
But that's what we think. Also remember, and Super Sub actually reminded me now before we actually started our watch-along, that you do know they're going away on an escapade of playing the FIFA Club World Cup.
And there's not many teams that do well in the Champions League having disappeared for Club World Cup. Real Madrid's one of the few that tend to come back and still able to do it.
And also
City have had injuries.
Injuries, yes.
Yeah. There's some concerns there. So, yes, it'll be difficult for City. Real Madrid obviously have a great side.
Barcelona are on the up.
Barcelona
as
on
Super
the
Sub
up.
described them.
It's a possibility for sure. Bayern Munich always have a chance in the Champions League.
But they're blowing hot and cold. I mean, they got taken to the cleaners over the weekend.
By Frankfurt.
True.
Yeah.
Let's get into the Bayern Munich versus Manchester United game, actually, while we're there. Sorry, Super Sub. We do have lineups. Looking at it over here. Manchester United starting lineup. Andre Onana in goal. Rafael Varane back in defense, partnering with Harry Maguire. That's the most interesting move of the lot, is that Varane has clearly not been preferred from Ten Hag, which seemed to be for like personal reasons. There seemed to be some issue there.
Is he one of the guys that are blabbing from the dressing room, one of the senior players?
Perhaps.
Most probably. If he's being freezed, we know
A player
Ten
of
Hag
his
style.
quality.
He will
Yeah.
freeze you out.
Yeah.
You know, that's his style. So it could be him.
But he doesn't really have options. Would he play Johnny Evans tonight in a Champions League game? That's super important. Luke Shaw back at centre back is not really a good option. So he's gone with what's seemingly his strongest team available to him, with Maguire and Varane partnered at centre back, Diogo Dalot and Luke Shaw flanking the two of them. Then ahead of them, defensive work from Sofian Amrabat was admirable against Chelsea.
But not
against Bournemouth.
Not against Bournemouth.
I was getting there, but I decided not to.
Key partner Scott McTominay, who we know has been in the goals unlike anyone else at Manchester United. Anthony and Alejandro Garnacho on the wings, with Bruno Fernandes in
As a 10.
his 10 position, and Rasmus Højlund up front. Now, the concern for Manchester United, the way that they have been playing, is Harry Kane is up front. And if you give Harry Kane chances, Chelsea had many chances in the Man United game.
Yeah.
Harry Kane will not slip those chances.
He's a marksman.
He is a goal scorer.
And the beauty about him is he knows English soil like the back of his hand.
Yeah.
And also you don't have the quickest centre backs.
Yeah. So
Varane is not the quickest.
Neither is Maguire. Yeah, so concerning that front line of Coman, Musiala, Sane, and Kane for Bayern Munich, that should be scary for Manchester United fans. Manuel Neuer back for Bayern Munich, wearing the captain's armband.
Like you
It's
are.
been a while, like I am.
Yes.
Alphonso Davies, who is ridiculously fast and does overlap. So Diogo Dalot going to have his hands full with Sane and Davies. Kim Min-jae, who Manchester United were linked with before he's moved to Bayern Munich. Upamecano, who we all know is a Bundesliga centre-back through and through.
Yeah,
Good player.
Definitely. Solid.
And Mazraoui in right back for Bayern Munich. So Manchester United's chances of Champions League qualification, of course, they've got more motivation than Bayern Munich, but they haven't fielded a second-rate side, Bayern, even though they're guaranteed first spot in this group.
But also, I think I understand why they didn't do that. In the situation where they find themselves in, having been clobbered by Frankfurt over the weekend, and by that scoreline, you want to at least make some sort of a statement in the Champions League, even though you've qualified. But you need to make some level of a statement. And this gives them a good opportunity. They're playing against a Man United side that also got spanked a little bit by
A little bit.
5-0 versus, it's 5-0 versus...
That was
I think it was
5-1.
5-1
I'm sorry,
versus
5-1
3-0.
versus 3-0.
It could have been
At
worse for
least
Manchester
Bayern
United.
responded.
Yeah. So,
But interesting enough, while we're still on that lineups, I see with Bayern, they only made one changes with Musaila, who was playing on Saturday, coming off, coming on for what's his name, Chupo. How do you pronounce that name? Chupo.
Mutong.
Yeah, Chupo Mutong.
Oh, yes.
That's the only change.
The luckiest footballer under the sun. But anyway.
That's the only change that
Guy
they've
played
made.
for PSG. He's now like a starter at Bayern. And wasn't he at Sunderland at some point?
yes, Chipo Moteng.
Moteng, yes. Wasn't he at Sunderland at some point?
Before they got relegated.
Yes.
Yes.
One of the luckiest footballers around.
That's the only change that they've made, and he's obviously playing at that number 10 role, so it will be interesting.
But when we look at it, right, it's almost unfortunate that you've got a Manchester United side that, despite what they need to do, they're also hoping for other things to happen with other people. So they're hoping for the Galatasaray game against Copenhagen to be a draw, but for them to win.
Yeah, that's what happens when you don't win football matches, and you leave it for the last minute. It's not guaranteed. You're gonna have to go out there and win the last game and hope for the best, unfortunately.
So for you, Marco, where do you think this campaign for the Champions League to get Man United to where they are now, looking like it's tough, Chief. It's tough. But where did they get it wrong in the Champions League campaign? Which game would you say was that critical one?
The Copenhagen, and then where Manchester United should have won it and then gave away a silly penalty. I think the Galatasaray game where Manchester United were dominant in Turkey and Onana was responsible for conceding 2 goals, and that ended in a draw. That is, unforgivable number of points to give away, silly. So the Champions League was given away in defense. Manchester United scored a lot of Champions League goals. Far too many to be sitting bottom of the group. But they conceded an outrageous number of goals. So Manchester United need to get their defense right if they hope to qualify for the Champions League.
14-12. They scored 12, conceded 14. And that's in 5 games.
To score 12 goals in 5 games in the Champions League should mean you qualify.
3 goals against Galatasaray, 3 goals against Copenhagen, even though they lost. So it was, you're right. They've scored a lot of goals for a team that is sitting at the...
So in terms of teams that have scored the most goals, Bayern have scored 11, Man United have scored 12, Arsenal 16, Real Madrid 13, and the rest, Atletico Madrid 15, Man City 15, Barcelona 10. So they are up there with top 5 in terms of the most goals scored. But when you look at the goals that they've conceded, I think that's where the problem is, like you say.
Yeah. De Carlo in the comments saying it was Stoke City, not Sunderland. Yes.
Oh, Stoke City, yes. Stoke, yes. Thank you for the correction.
As the teams line up in the tunnel, I'm going to forget to do this. So the giveaway of this Claudio Taffarel jersey, legendary goalkeeper for Brazil. Comment now, which Premier League club is he a goalkeeping coach for?
The Seleção. No, that's not the club. That's
that's
country
the
that he
country
played
for. And is a goalkeeping coach for as well. So, which Premier League club? A lot of you are going to get this right anyway. But there we go. And am feeling extra generous, as you pointed out.
Father Christmas, Captain Father Christmas.
If Manchester United make me feel generous enough as well, I will be giving away. Ignore that. But I'll be giving away this if Manchester United qualify for the next stage of the Champions League. Marcus Rashford, the 2023-2024 season jersey. Marcus Rashford on the back. As a giveaway. So in those comments, who is Claudio Taffarel currently the goalkeeping coach for? Which Premier League side? There we go. First comment correct. Well done.
Wow, that was quick.
That was quick.
Yeah,
Damn.
Whoever
anyway,
is that Googled it fast.
Yeah. With the with the Betway voucher. So what do ballers need to do for that?
I haven't figured that out yet. Let's
We'll figure
it out together. Yeah, sure.
To the T. Like you need to get it right. Not
Yes,
the
you
closest.
need to get it right. Yes, to the proper. Like
because there's no what you call with betting. You can't say
almost.
Everybody
Everybody knows almost doesn't count.
Yeah.
So get it proper to the T, and if you do that, then that Betway voucher is going to be coming to you. Compliments of Betway. Get way more.
Yeah.
Remoa Betswe, you were the first to comment Liverpool. It is Liverpool. That is the correct answer. Claudio Taffarel is currently goalkeeping coach for Liverpool as the team's lineup for this Champions League evening, the last of 6 games in the group stages in Group A.
I love this comment from Pimelo Perseverance saying, watching this match as a Liverpool fan, knowing that United will be cooked gives me peace.
Yeah.
Hey, that's tough. Eh?
That driver, yeah.
This reminds me of those memes that you see of you must be sick if you're enjoying watching this Man United downfall. And then there's a picture of a guy in the hospital. It's you know it is.
No, but like, look, it's a case of like, I think, I know football games are not won on faith. They won on the pitch.
Faith and hope is not a strategy.
Yeah, and they're not strategies. I have a sneaky suspicion that Man United can win the game. It's the other result that I'm not sure about.
Yeah, because they need things to go their way there.
Yes, that is what I'm more worried about.
Because Galatasaray and Copenhagen have things in their own hands.
So you reckon Manchester United are going to beat Bayern?
Yeah, Thomas Tuchel has not necessarily had the best run.
It is a possibility.
He's not Tucheling, chief.
But anything less than a win would mean that Manchester United are very unlikely to qualify at all for European football.
So effectively, if Man United do not win, even if all the other guys, whether lose or win, it will depend whether it's Copenhagen or Galatasaray, even if they play a draw. But if Man United don't get maximum points,
they're unlikely to be in any European football at all. And if they don't get maximum points, they don't qualify for Champions League.
Because if Gala beats Copenhagen,
they will qualify.
Yes. If Copenhagen beats Gala, they will qualify.
That is correct.
So if Man United play a draw, it's tickets for them. There is a slight chance they might go into Europa, depending on what happens in the other game.
Yes.
Yeah. So everything is dependent on the other game.
Yeah,
but they have to do the business for themselves.
Essentially.
So if Copenhagen are to win their game and Manchester United draw this one, then it seems as though Manchester United will leapfrog Galatasaray on goal difference and qualify for Europa League.
And vice versa, if Gala beats
no, because Copenhagen they would have to beat them by a goal margin of more than 2.
And off we go.
There's kickoff.
But Gala is a proper team.
Manchester United giving away possession in the final third already.
There's no
Bayern
prize for guessing who
Bayern
gave away the
very
possession.
Intentional. Ooh.
And that's a great opportunity just to kick off the game.
Ooh. And who is it?
DeCarlo in the comments again saying these calculations remind me of Bafana.
We talked about it, I think, our last episode, that being a United fan feels like a South African right now.
Yeah. Well, look, I mean, they come from the sharp days, so they know all about calculating.
Of course.
So it's all good.
So Harry Kane straying offside there for that opportunity created, but yeah,
As it's looking, Bayern are looking like they're trying to throttle Man United. They're not trying to allow them on the ball.
yes,
They're very intentional about what they're doing. They want to keep position. And
Do Bayern Munich know that they don't need anything from this game to finish exactly where they are anyway?
nah, they just want points, bruv.
They just want to beat Manchester United at Old Trafford.
Look,
That's
I mean-
being professional. That's also
And also, Marco, if you Thomas Tuchel, you just went down 5-1 to Frankfurt. Would you want to lose another game?
That's a fair point. So he's got his players motivated clearly, and Manchester United, look, it's too early to say if they're on the back foot, but already being put under some sort of pressure.
Yeah.
And it looks like United are willing to sit back if you look at how they're lining up.
But they can't afford to sit back. That's the thing.
Look,
But also, if they open up, then they open themselves up to being hurt, and they don't want to go a goal behind. Not in this game, at least.
Yeah. Yeah, look, if there's one thing that Bayern does very well, it's their ability to draw opponents to themselves and create spaces,
Garnacho doing well to pick up possession from a loose pass, but then not very good at keeping it. He then chases down it's good to see a bit of mentality from Manchester United players chasing down balls. It's something that we missed in the Bournemouth game. Manchester United showed really poor mentality in that one. Something that they showed against Chelsea, even though it came along with some naivety.
I digress. Is Ten Hag a head coach or the manager?
I mean, we had this discussion.
No, I'm
Are
asking.
you taking us back there?
No, but I'm asking.
This isn't PSL, he's a manager.
He's a manager,
But
man.
the strip now just said head coach.
Oh, well, titles.
That's what I'm asking. Sorry, I digress. I know we're still watching the game, looking at Bayern trying to attack, but United also enforcing themselves, not necessarily
Oh, that
allowing
was a good
themselves.
cross.
Ooh, it was.
Anthony and Dello showing some commitment down the right wing.
I ask, head coach or manager, guys? You didn't answer me.
He's whatever.
He's a manager, but head coach and manager is technically the same position, I suppose.
Letim Puka on the comments saying it's a manager. But then why? So when you go to Europe, well, they are in Europe still. I mean, but when you play in European competitions, do they then regard you as a head coach as opposed to a manager?
Let's put it this way. He's a manager, but right now he's coaching his team.
Okay.
Because managing a football club requires other things that happens in the background that he's not doing right now.
So now he's just coaching the team now.
Now he's coaching the team. That's how I'll interpret it.
Manchester United need a sporting director, and Ten Hag currently doing those duties.
There was a move that I anticipated, but it didn't go as I thought. Or they didn't go as I thought they would.
Manchester United passing the ball slickly. Anthony opening up on his left foot. We have seen him score from there.
Yeah.
Not this time, though. Not on this occasion. So, after the opening 2-3 minutes being in favor of Bayern Munich, Manchester United have created some chances of their own.
Yeah, look, what's happening on the other match? I just needed to check on that because we know that's also, well, it's still 0-0 between Copenhagen and Galatasaray.
As things
stand, United are still out.
Okay.
And not in Europa League at all.
Yes.
Sure.
Then it will be Galatasaray who will be in the Europa League, and Copenhagen will go through. When you looked at this group as it was announced before any fixtures were
Bayern
played,
United.
you would never give Copenhagen a chance of finishing anywhere but fourth.
Yeah.
True.
So-
Galatasaray, you can give them a little bit of a benefit that they could have.
Because if you look at the squad they have,
Yeah,
some of the
they've got-
players they've got who's the Argentinian who was at
Icardi?
Inter? Icardi,
And the
they've
guy from
got,
Crystal Palace, they've
Wilfred
Averian.
Zaha. They've got who was at Napoli again who played in the midfield. He's from Eastern Europe.
But it is an aging side, that Galatasaray side. They
No, true. It's like an old age home.
not the youngest,
It's like
but they're good.
10 soldiers.
Good side. Yeah.
No, but they do have quality players.
I think Juan Mata was there last season, and part of that qualification period.
And the beauty about them is like they get to rest now because their league has been put on hold.
Sisanda
Over that
Chele
incident.
saying Ten Hag is going to get fired this week.
Sure, that's bold. Eh? Who's that?
Sisanda Chele.
Sure,
And,
Sisanda, that's very bold. Eh?
and practicing live says last game for Matente.
Matenten.
Yeah, humble my 10-10.
Look,
Would it be fair if he get chucked out?
It's not his fault.
whose
My-
fault is it, Marco?
There's been failure with every manager who's been there, including Jose Mourinho, who doesn't fail in many places.
Did he really fail, Jose?
Well, he won a European Cup and I think he won a League Cup.
Yes. So you can't say the manager has failed. I think people were just a little bit impatient.
Ten Hag finished
Which I think is the
third
same
last
thing.
season and
Won
won
a
a
League
League
Cup.
Cup.
Yeah.
So
It would be unfair for me.
I think that the club structure is clearly an issue. Manchester United have not been performing. A League Cup and third place is not good enough for Manchester United.
Oh, that was a
No,
clever
but
little
you
10
see,
by Harry.
the thing is, I think United are looking like they're finding shape of some sort. They've had the ball position.
Oh, that was a
that's
clever little slick.
Anthony,
Marco's favorite player.
yeah,
Exactly. What is he
Anthony
going to do with the
player I
ball?
criticize all the time.
Ooh,
And
that
the
should
goal
be a
kick.
no. That should have been a.
You think so? No, I mean it's a 50-50 challenge at best.
But I like how United are taking the game to Bayern. They need to impose themselves more because we've seen
that nutmeg. Ooh,
once you impose yourself to Bayern, they tend to make mistakes. I remember the game against Manchester City. Upamecano was having a difficult time under pressure.
you know the thing with Bayern is they are not. Look, can they score goals? Yes, here and there. A lot of their players are not available as a result of injury. I think I read somewhere. They can hurt you when they get the chance.
Yeah. true.
However, it looks like they are missing.
You don't want to do that.
I thought
You
there was
do-
gonna. I thought there was.
There
Gonna
was
be a
an
shot
opportunity
there.
to
Yes.
shoot there.
I think Bayern are going to lose this game. If ballers want to predict the score,
Well, there's a price for predicting the score. I would want
okay, cool. Ballers, I'm going for a 3-1 Man United win.
3-1 Man
me.
United win. Wow. Okay. I think it's gonna be.
They're playing at home. They need to enforce themselves. They want to go to the last 16. Like Marco was saying, it's not good enough for a United side just to show up. Do you get what I mean?
No, definitely.
You know, they need to go to the latter part of this competition. And also it helps for the stature of the Champions League to have at least 3 English teams making it through, because I don't see Newcastle going to the last 16.
Well, Newcastle, let's have a look at those fixtures coming up.
Yeah, they're taking on
Newcastle have been unlucky. If you look at their last game,
Dortmund versus PSG tomorrow night at 10 p.m. and Newcastle will face AC Milan.
And
Is
both
it at
teams
home?
actually have to win in order to make it.
Yes, so
through.
AC Milan and Newcastle both on 5 points, PSG on 7, and Dortmund on 10. If PSG are to win against Dortmund, they will guarantee that them and Dortmund will both qualify for the next round, leaving Newcastle and Milan playing each other for that Europa League spot.
What did Super Sub say about PSG? PSG are like, they are not a big team in
I know,
in Champions League.
context, nah.
Unana making an easier save than
Well,
usual from a shot from Harry Kane.
He would love more of those, wouldn't he?
Sure,
Of
I
course
don't know
he-
if Man
I mean, he
United
wa-
fans would love to see more of those coming in.
I mean,
anyway.
he was named as in the All-Star African team at the KEF Awards yesterday.
He had a terrific season with Inter last season.
Yes. So perhaps such accolades tend to give somebody some level of confidence in terms of what they're able to do in a way.
Something we've mentioned that Unana lacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came with a whole lot of it, but again, he came to a club that is a little bit dysfunctional in terms of administration, which is filtering down to the field,
No jacuzzi.
No
Hey, it's tough.
jacuzzi.
Manchester United need Sir Jim Ratcliffe faster than anything.
Is he
Varane
not-
showing his experience. Man United looking far more solid than they have in recent weeks with Varane in that centre back.
Look, one thing about Varane is he knows how to organize his defensive lines, you know?
He's an experienced player. Maguire is also relatively experienced, not to the level of Varane, obviously.
He's a player of the month, guys.
The accolades.
Even politicians are giving him a big up. Like Varane, not Varane, man. Maguire is on the up. You know, his stocks, they've increased.
People complaining in the comments that Len's going to give us bad luck by predicting the Man United win.
3-1, guys. 3-1.
Also,
Guys, we can't
Trust
always be
me.
blaming Len
Trust
for
me.
things happening.
Yeah, no, true.
Manchester United need to take responsibility onto their own shoulders and not blame Len for predicting that. It's another good opportunity for Bayern. That should be a foul.
Nah, that's a clear foul.
Definitely, yeah.
Alphonso Davies, quickest player in the Bundesliga.
Is he?
Yep, 36 kilometers per hour.
So he can take on
Outrageously
Yusen.
quick.
We don't know about that, but
Yusen is averaging like 32.
Wow.
well, then he should go to the
Oh,
Olympics.
42, I think. No, I think it's
Yes,
42.
no.
I'm not
be
sure
careful.
Olympic athletes make as much as professional footballers. I think you get paid better if you can kick a ball and run fast.
Yeah, true.
It depends for which team you play for.
And no one in the ballers there in the comment are talking about our beautiful setup here in the studio.
Yeah, you guys are ballers. Ballers, you don't like us. You don't like our soccer ball. This is from the Confed Copagna 2009. That's from Brazil.
The Brazil World Cup
2014.
Brazuca.
Yes. And we've got like our nice kicks. Do you call soccer boots kicks or are they just boots?
Manager, coach.
Same thing.
It's all good. Thank you, Super Sub. Bayern enforcing themselves, trying to open up United, but United look like, geez, they're defending with 2-4.
Yeah.
Varane doing the good defensive work again.
That
And
is
again.
a lot of people in the box.
Yeah, I'm worried about United. When Bayern approaches their final third,
Nine.
they are
Nine
just
people
so
in the
much.
box.
There's just so much space.
Bayern Munich also not afraid to take shots from range, obviously testing Unana.
But it's
Having
also
seen
because
his failures in the
United
season.
is allowing them that space.
Are they sitting back?
They're sitting back.
Yeah, I think United have shown at least some solidarity, but I agree with you. It is concerning this early in the game for you to be defending so deep and in so many numbers.
But then again, if you don't have any ideas going forward and you constantly lose position while you're trying to go forward, then what's to happen? Do you know what I mean? So it's like there was some level of fluidity that United had, but they have it in little bits of, like they've got it in pockets.
Yeah, they're not like stringing their passes like fluently, you know.
So at this rate, this game is like, you can't, it's very difficult to call it. Yes, I know I said
It's touch
3-1.
and go.
Yes. Because at this rate, anybody can clip anybody and score the opening goal.
There is no clear favorites right now, but I just feel like when Bayern has got the ball, they are more.
They look more intentional.
They look more intentional and they look more dangerous than United is when United has got the ball in Bayern's half.
How important do you think the first goal will be in this game?
Depends
on
who
who
scores
scores
it.
first. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
'Cause
Do
I
you
think
think Man United will crumble after conceding?
If they concede, it's done.
And I think that a confidence boost could be everything for Manchester United.
If
So
United
the first
can
goal
score
is
first,
extremely important.
United needs to score first if they stand any chance of winning this game.
No, I beg to differ, and I'll tell you why. United are going to go score first. Or if they should happen to score first, then they're going to likely take the approach of, we scored first, then we're going to sit back. And that's when they're going to get hurt, which is what Marco was saying, or I think you were saying, you mentioned it earlier on, that they're defending too deep.
Yeah, I think that there's two concerns with the deep defending, and I see it popping up in the comments here, is the idea of a deflection. You know, when you've got that many numbers in the box, a shot can deflect off of anyone.
That's it. That's
and it
I
can go
agree with
anywhere.
that, yeah. It can go anywhere because there's those spaces that you're allowing a team to shoot. And Bayern are not shy of doing that. They're not like your Manchester City that would like to play the ball into the box, or your Bayern or your Arsenal. They will shoot from outside.
But the interesting thing about it is both teams actually, like we mentioned earlier on, are off of like embarrassing defeats over the weekend. It's as if you get a situation of, no, come at us, we'll sit deep and wait for you to see, wait to see what you're gonna do, and we'll wait also for you to see what you're gonna do.
Yeah, it's like both teams are approaching this game with caution.
Yes, there's a very neutral approach that I'm seeing here and there. There are moments of worry for either team. We saw Anthony. I mean, you can even see with the ball position. Yes, United might have
Slightly
43% and Bayern might have 57%, but that's not far apart. The difference is only 7.
Yeah, the possession is fairly close. No surprise to see Bayern Munich shading it the way that the game has been going.
VAR.
And slightly concerning is that Musiala who's down.
Is this going to be a check?
No, I think they're just passing the ball out to allow the player to receive treatment.
Let's see. Okay, 2 contacts. There was a touch on the toe
and the hand
and
across the body.
Yes.
It certainly seems like a bit of a dive, if we're honest.
Yeah.
So which one do you go with? Do you go with the first one or the second one?
No, there's nothing there, man.
No, but there was a touch on the toe.
Nah, no, it's minimal.
Yeah.
If we start giving those in football, then we are doomed.
But a touch in the box is still a touch.
Nah, man, there's nothing there.
No, but he was, first of all, by the time that first contact was made, he was already going down. So clearly trying to win a penalty. I think that contact is so minimal, it would never cause a player to go down.
Is this why Onana was brought in? Jeez, he's very far off his line.
He's been...
No, I know. I'm just saying, he's very far off his line.
Much in the mold of Manuel Neuer on the other side. He is one of the first goalkeepers that we saw being prepared to...
The original sweeper.
Just when there's a little bit of fluidity with Manchester United, they just like lose possession, which is so frustrating to see.
But that's why I'm saying that he should have left. Ooh, that's a clever flick.
Couple good passes from Anthony and Bruno Fernandes. Anthony showing some
that should have been a shot first time. I think a couple of decision makings they did not really go Man United's way, because I think there was a pass or two that could have been done as opposed to taking it straight into the box.
DeCarlo saying that Onana is a CDM.
I agree with him.
Speaking of positions, Reece James for Chelsea. Seems like this season he's playing as a BRB. He'll be right back.
Every time.
Boom,
boom.
Another injury. Only back
Boom,
again.
boom. I'll be back. I'll be back.
This one is going to be long, eh?
Back in February only, at best.
Well, the problems for that kind of that blue team just keep on piling.
Yeah.
And Sean Dyche, well, let me not say anything. We are not about that tonight.
Yeah, we'll touch on that on Friday.
Yeah. We're not about that tonight.
I saw some bowlers saying they forget to catch us live on a Friday. But we understand. It's
okay.
Festive.
Yeah, no, it's December, boss.
People are Decembering already.
Both teams looking like they are prone to mistakes, giving away position very easily.
That's
the game's gotten slightly scrappy in the last few minutes.
It hasn't been. There is no fluidity.
Nobody looks like they're dominating the game.
No.
It's like Man United attacks, chances are they're going to lose possession of the ball. Bayern attacks, they look like they're also going to lose possession of the ball.
And you see moments of brilliant slick passing from both teams, but then it dissipates.
Yeah, they are, like Glenn was saying, they're approaching this game with caution and they're cancelling each other,
But Bayern can afford to do that.
Of course.
Not Man United. That is the problem.
For who?
For Man United.
No, man, I know what you mean, man. I'm just joking. But yeah, no, I get what you mean. Man United cannot afford to do that if they are to win this game.
Because they should be enforcing themselves more than Bayern is. It's like, let's throw everything but the kitchen sink at this game.
They need to
Yes, if we
superimpose
concede,
themselves.
we concede. But, and I see Lusa Pongozi on the comment saying that Bayern are very cagey. They can afford to be.
Yeah, look, they don't have to do much.
You know?
They can afford to approach this game anyhow they wish, you know?
Because a lose for them doesn't really mean anything. It's United who actually have to.
But what do you do as a United? Do you play it safe in the first half, and then in the second half you throw everything at Bayern in the hope that you might get a win? Even if you don't get a win, you would have thrown everything.
It's more dangerous to throw everything but the kitchen sink in the second half, because you do that, you open up at the back, Bayern catch you on a counter or something, then it's suddenly you are a goal down. Now you are chasing the game, and then Bayern is even going to be more cagier than they already are.
But what I'm saying is, would you rather draw like this or lose big trying to win the game, Marco?
But they should be doing it now, in the first half.
You can't, in a sense that with that, Len, is maybe I'm going to sound like I'm contradicting myself, but with that, you want to do it in the last maybe 15, 20 minutes of the game where you throw everything at opposition.
If this game remains this way, it's exactly what we're going to see, is that Manchester United will have to push in the last few minutes of the game if they're going to get any. They will know what's first of all going on in the other game. And know if that remains at 0-0 or in a drawing position, Manchester United will know they have a chance that winning this game would mean Champions League qualification. So I think currently at this stage of the game, a balanced approach is going to be best. You need to be able to be solid in defense and not allow Bayern Munich to score. We said how important the first goal will be. Manchester United have to play the sort of quality football that frankly they're capable of, that will allow them to be the opening scorer and then push on from there.
I still have fear that if they score first, they're going to take on an approach that, ooh, what a shot.
Luke Shaw was what seems to be the first shot on target for Manchester United.
And the first corner of the game?
That was a solid shot and proper save there from Manuel Neuer.
Straight to the keeper.
Yeah. No, but solid. He laced it proper. Proper.
It's not the one that you will catch.
No. Even me during my goalkeeping days, I don't think I would have
broken your fingers.
A concern for Manchester United this season is the quality of delivery from set pieces. This one slightly better than Luke.
Or the leg thereof.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And a goal kick for Bayern Munich.
Okay, drama.
Yeah, no. Just now the chairman comes and punches somebody.
Yeah. Keep the chairman's away. No, but the Glazers are probably not even here, so it's fine. It's okay. I don't even think they have the guts anyway.
Yeah, Turkey will shut down the whole league.
If anything, they'll be the one that gets punched.
Yes. Oh, trust me. I reckon a lot of United fans. Ooh, there was a bit of malice there. Look at
Let's
that.
see.
That was an intentional pull.
He did push him into the signboards. That could be dangerous for a player.
It was trying to make him a star.
Yeah, look, I mean, that's what you always see when a defender is protecting the ball, you know.
No, but the pull
was from
or
Garnacho.
the drag. Yes, no, the drag from Garnacho, it looked like I can see you in motion. I'm just going to let you go.
And he already out.
Yes.
Yeah, no. It's silly of him.
So there was a little bit of intention there.
Let's talk about mentality for a moment. Manchester United are showing a bit more about them than the games where we've seen them be very flaky. Super Sub, your thoughts?
In terms of the mentality?
Just mentality.
Yeah, look, I think they're more in this game. You can see when they've got the ball that there's a sense of agency, you know, and case in point, you know.
Some level.
There is some level of intention, you know, and I think they really do want this game. I mean, if anything, you want to bow out knowing that you've thrown everything.
Yeah.
But you speak about throwing everything. It's
Ooh, Garnacho closing down effectively on a Pumecano, but
Upamecano for me is a suspect. You put him under pressure, you might get something out of him. I'm telling you.
but then that's what the United front line is not doing.
They're not superimposing
I feel
themselves.
like,
Yeah,
ooh,
that's got a goal written all over it.
ooh.
Sane had the opportunity to shoot there and he decided to lay it off. And he would have been better served taking the opportunity because
How
the
do you
space opened
slice
up for
through
him.
like he literally just waltzed through the defense like nobody.
Varane and Maguire both backed
I
off.
think Amrabat sort of like intercepted there. Let's see.
Yeah, but Sane made the wrong decision
What
there.
kind of defending was that from Maguire? I love Harry. Harry is cool. He's good Pete.
Is it defense that stopped the goal from going to the net rather the ball?
But keepers, that was like silly defending from Man United there.
Yeah, they look vulnerable, especially when Bayern are attacking, which is something that I've been mentioning, that as soon as Bayern gets into the to Manchester City final third,
Manchester
United final third.
I think he should have gone for a shot.
He really should have taken on the shot.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
he had
should have gone
ample
for the
time
shot.
to do that.
Yeah,
ample time to
He had
do
a
that.
really good opportunity there to take the shot, and he scored a number of goals in the Bundesliga. I believe he's second top goal scorer for Bayern Munich this season
After Harry
Kane. And you wonder, he should have the confidence to take that on himself at that point.
Yeah,
Guilty of overplaying, something Arsenal have been accused of in years gone by, but a little bit better currently, Len.
Yeah,
Let's talk about while the game simmers down ever so slightly. Arsenal's chances.
one pass too many. We
overall.
know that. Overall, look, as things are looking, Premier League is it's a very tough league. We can see now anybody. I mean, who would have thought that we would see a Liverpool on top of the log right now in a league that has a City, that has Arsenal, that has been doing very well, and you've got Aston Villa there and thereabout, punching above their weight. Nobody would have thought that. And now it's the December season, where silly season where games are coming in thick and fast.
Because in the history of, I understand, to be corrected with this, I think only Arsenal that came out of the December season?
Why
on
do you have
top
to
of
go
the
there
log
and not gone on to win the league? Yes, it was a season that Leicester City actually won the league. And I see Lusa Pongozi saying that Harry is returning to his Leicester City days.
Yeah, not true. I think winning that Player of the Month accolade also helped him. I mean, accolades, it's something that maybe we might take it for granted, but I think it goes a long way in terms of confidence.
Aluane Makushu, I think he bet his bet slip has Bayern to score in both halves.
Aru, you've got what? 15 minutes.
Aluani, you've got 15 minutes, Chief. Fingers crossed for you. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, no, let's cross fingers for
Leroy Sané actually did you bad there. He should have scored.
He did. And talking about Leroy Sané, what do you guys think? I mean, there's been a rumor that he might make a shock return to Manchester City.
I doubt.
It would be a mistake for City, I think, at this point. We know with the Sadio Mane incident at Bayern Munich, which Sané proved himself to be a more important player to the club, clearly. So Mane moved on to Saudi League. We know of the attitude problems he had at Manchester City already, which sort of all looked strange to us for him to be allowed to leave Manchester City at the time because he's such a good player. So there's no question of his quality when it's on the pitch. It's more the off-the-pitch issues that you want to guard against with a player like Leroy Sané.
Also, maybe then, because there's also rumors that Liverpool are interested, maybe playing under a German manager would be better for him.
Well, Thomas is also German.
Well, we're talking about Premier League.
No, granted, but yeah. I'm just saying Thomas is German.
He's playing for him now. I'm talking about Pep versus Klopp.
But he was playing for him last season. And what's his name? Nagelsmann, right?
Yeah.
because he's the one who got booted out before Thomas came in, and that was during the time when the Sadio Mane incident took place.
Fernandes having a go directly at goal, deflects off of the wall.
He's got a tendency of being very frustrated with decisions that other players make, but he never actually looks at decisions that he makes.
That's Bruno.
Yes.
Is that a question of his captaincy, or is he just a frustrated player that wants to win?
I think it's a bit of both.
Yeah, because Marco, with that, you need to approach. You need to approach your teammates with respect. You know, you can't. He throws tantrums. I think is a better way of phrasing it. Len?
Yes.
And as a leader, you don't do that.
Oh!
Another good chance for Bayern Munich, and the chances seem to be coming now.
Yeah, Bayern are the one that seems to be getting all these clear-cut chances.
Yeah.
But they're fluffing them.
Manchester United's best opportunity in the game so far was a Luke Shaw strike from 30 yards.
Yeah, no, Onana scares me. Every time when there's attack, his movements, he's not make sure.
But again, like we were saying, with
Sane is costing Arwan,
yeah. But with Onana, it's if you are in a team like we were saying now that Bruno Fernandes is the kind of player who he's like his captaincy and him being frustrated and such and
some
such.
will call it passion.
Do you think that Liverpool's? I just see in the comments here saying that Jurgen would love to sign Sane. Do you think that would be a good move for Liverpool? I think that Sane's best position is a position that is taken up currently by Luis Diaz.
Who do you pick between the two?
Yeah, I mean, I just think that you could sign in other areas rather, especially we know Liverpool's budget is fairly limited in a way. Should they not be going and breaking the bank on a number 6? I know they tried for Moses Caicedo, which was stolen from them last minute for Chelsea.
Yeah, look, I mean, if
which I wonder if he regrets that decision.
But remember, if doesn't it Lewis play from the left?
Yeah, and
Yes.
Leroy Sané also plays from the left.
So
And Salah on the right, you're going to replace Salah?
yes, that's what I was about to say.
Oh, just because of age and that it might be his time to move on to Saudi League and get the big bucks?
Because it does seem like Salah will be on his way. Probably is playing his last contract with Liverpool.
Now Isaac saying on the comments that Bayern could have been 2-0 up now with the Sane opportunity and the opportunity now that we just saw a couple of minutes ago. So as it stands, you would say it's advantage Bayern from the balance of play because they've looked the more dangerous team thus far. United, who actually need the points more than Bayern does, don't look like they're enforcing themselves.
No, they're not.
I'm just trying to check what the update is on the other game, the Galatasaray versus Copenhagen. It's still 0-0. But it looks like on the balance of win probability, it's 36% to Gala, 33% to Copenhagen, and there's a 31% chance of a draw. So those two teams look like they're playing it also safe, the same way that this ones are.
So if they draw and United wins,
Then
United is likely to
will go through, and Copenhagen will be in the Europa League.
yeah, no, United must just win this game for themselves.
Well, they're not doing themselves any favors now, are they?
Well,
Because, I mean, if I had to
that
ask you
was
guys
just
now,
slick.
if I had to ask you guys now, for me, the one person who's looked like, and I'm not even saying a game changer because they changed the game, but they look like they're playing with purpose from a United point of view, is Garnacho from the one or two chances that he's
And
trying to
even
create.
Anthony, as much as...
Look,
Yeah,
I think-
Garnacho and Anthony. The rest are not there.
Yeah, look, I mean, I think it's difficult to say only those two.
Varane and Maguire, in terms of their position,
Yes, they've been trying to keep the team intact at the back, and also Bruno has been showing some delivery and whatnot.
I haven't seen anything impressive from Bruno. Oh, Bayern trying to do the Arsenal thing of trying to walk the ball into the net.
another chance for Bayern, collected by Onana.
Funny that Super Sub earlier on actually said that United should be more scared of Bayern because Bayern can just rip out a belter from outside the box. But I haven't seen enough of them doing that.
Yeah, the few strikes that they have had from range haven't been of a high enough quality to really concern Onana.
Not true.
So, bit of a stalemate of a game.
Yeah.
I mean, the scoreline isn't as reflective of the opportunities as we might say, but it's also not a stretch to see this as a 0-0.
Yeah, no, at this rate, I'm starting to think, was this the right game to do the Watchalong? dish.
It's Man United, man. Come on now.
Yeah, we expected this one to be a bag full of goals in a way.
Exactly.
This was supposed to be a cracker of a match.
But it looks a bit stale because
It's very stale.
Harry Maguire pulling up groin injury of some sort.
Yeah, no, that doesn't look good at all.
It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good.
So Johnny Evans likely to start warming up.
You can see by his face.
Yeah.
Don't you think he looks like Graham Smith a little bit?
Does ever so slightly.
Sorry, I digress. But
Well.
he looks a bit like Graham Smith.
Yeah, I met Graham Smith somewhere for the first time, and geez, that man is a giant, hey?
He is. He's huge. Oh, and big ups to the Proteas. They won earlier today. That's how bad this Man United game is.
Johnny Evans warm-ups.
Yeah, no, Marco did call it. The likelihood is that Johnny Evans is coming on.
Yeah, he's the most likely to replace Harry Maguire. Very much a like-for-like change, similar playing styles. Johnny Evans, a lot of experience, but definitely in
Suspect.
the twilight years of his career.
Oh, Harry is gone.
Yeah, no.
Give him 3 weeks out.
Yeah, 3 to 4 weeks out, yeah. Agree with you there.
So,
Chaupe, Nasman saying, this game is lame. At that time I placed an over 3.5.
So I'm not the only one who's feeling that way. Eh? Clearly, I'm not the only one that's feeling that.
Snap. But look, a lot can happen in the second half.
yeah, I mean, the game can turn when Manchester United need to attack the game.
Yeah, no. Respect to Harry. Eh? He's a soldier, this man.
Harry is like, nah, I'm not going out like that.
I don't think
Let me try.
I think the one thing you have to admire about Harry Maguire is his mentality has never been questioned.
Yeah,
It's
his
purely
commitment to the club has never been an issue. It's just a form issue that he had.
And I think he was treated quite poorly by the club, by the fans,
Yeah, true.
by the journalists.
But he took it like a soldier.
He took it like a soldier and held his head high. And I'm really happy for his return to form. I mean, who'd have thought Harry Maguire getting a Premier League Player of the Month award?
Yeah, that was very surprising.
Like just a few short months ago.
Yeah,
Because-
no, I agree with you. He's one of those English players. He reminds me of your
Paul Scholes.
Paul
No.
Scholes. He's one of those players that I think they're gonna go and make most Premier League appearances because of their discipline. Like the guy who was at Liverpool now and went to Brighton.
The
was at
ex-Manchester City player.
Yeah,
Huh?
James Milner.
Dels
Milner. Okay. Yes.
That kind of players.
The Steven Gerrards of this world, the Frank Lampards.
Yes, and
the-
Gareth Barry.
Yes.
Gareth Barry has the most Premier League appearances, I believe.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah.
The Ryan
So-
Giggs, if the sister is not the John
Aye.
Terrys. The John Terrys of this world
Yeah,
type
no.
of vibes. Yeah, no, Harry looks like he's
Yeah, he was
soldier,
It
proper
did
soldier.
look like it was time for him to go because he really looked uncomfortable with that injury.
He tried to play on. Johnny Evans comes on to replace Harry Maguire.
Shame. I think he actually wanted to try to push see if he could make it to halftime, eh? But hey, when you groin, my friend,
I know that
Yeah, groin.
that place
groin,
is tender.
groin. Hey, gee. And it's not even awarded, eh? But it's 10.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, hey. But yeah,
It's the last injury you want in December. But he's not in South Africa. It's not South African December.
No.
yeah, he doesn't have, chiller's punch. No. It's fine. It's okay. He can be a striped horse there on the side. There. It's fine.
Midfielder Andre Onana steps up the pitch.
Yeah, CDM.
This is I mean, it's a poor delivery from Onana. He's normally better than that. But it's the first time we've seen either side not play it out from the back and looking to play very direct from deep.
But if a game because United are not creating chances, and I don't know how they're gonna get those goals because they don't look like a team that is
wanting to score goals and win the game.
Score goals and win the game. So who do you call on onto the bench looking now that we are approaching the first half?
Well, Manchester United's bench doesn't look
actually
all that inspiring. They do have substantial injuries, and especially in the forward position.
Bissaka, not Martial. Nah, the bench is not inspiring.
Martial's got an injury.
Yeah, no, not Martial, sorry.
Rashford, illness.
Apparently.
But if we look at the entire bench, it's Bayern, who is the Turkish goalkeeper, Hannibal Mejbri, Facundo Pellistri, who is the only real attacking threat that we see there.
Yeah.
Johnny Evans has come on. Tom Heaton, another goalkeeper, which shows you how thin Man United are on numbers. Daniel Gore, a midfielder. Hugil, that's a lot of young players. Kobe Mainu, who's another midfield player. Regulon and Wan-Bissaka. So the only attacking player in that Man United bench is Facundo Pellistri. So this forward line will have to deliver for Manchester United.
It will have to hold. I mean,
unless you replace perhaps like Højlund with McTominay, who perhaps the argument has been made that he's better as a number 9 with the goals he's been scoring for Manchester United. And then you bring on Kobe Mainu to the midfield. That would be the only attacking switch as an alternative to Pellistri.
Something has to give. I mean, we just saw now Garnacho making that beautiful run, but you can see it does not have support, and as a result, he just lost the ball. So the front three is not really connecting.
The intensity of the game, which we already were accusing of being a bit of a stalemate and a stagnant game, has dropped off even further now since Maguire being replaced by Johnny Evans.
Yeah, because now it's 50-50.
Update, the other game is still 0-0. So at the rate things are going, Man United is out. Other updates, Napoli is leading Braga by 2-0. Inter and Sociedad, it's 0-0. Salzburg and Benfica are leading 1-0. Madrid and Union Berlin. Madrid 0-0 with Union Berlin. And yeah. So there's not really a lot of goals tonight.
But it's also because I think some other teams have already qualified,
Like a Real Madrid.
Like a Real Madrid has already
Only 7 goals have been scored across the 2, 4, 6, 8 games that have played so far. So the Lens versus Sevilla, that was 2-1. PSV Arsenal, that was 1-1. So that's 5. And Benfica Salzburg, that's 1-0 to Benfica. So that's 8 goals. 8 goals across the 8 games that have. And Napoli leading Braga by 2 now.
So it's a goal per match in a way.
Pretty much. But there's how many 0-0s? 1, 2, 3, 4 0-0s.
Yeah, look, I think the fact that some teams have already qualified is attributing to that. And also,
but it doesn't make sense if we speak about some teams that have already qualified, because in the intergroup, we spoke about it earlier on, like there's still a lot that can happen in there in terms of who finishes first, who finishes second. So as it stands, Inter is second and Sociedad is first in the 0-0 that they have. But a Benfica that have nothing to play for, well, they trying to get into a Europa League position. They are leading 1-0.
Yeah, Rasmus Højlund coming back to the game has struggled in the Premier League. He's been much better with his return in the Champions League, but seemingly really struggling tonight. Can't keep up with the pace of the game. unable to latch onto anything. He's not being provided with the most service in the world, to be fair to him.
No, definitely. I was about to say the same thing, that he's a typical number 9, and number 9 requires
Service, yeah.
service. You know, if you don't have service, you'll be quiet.
Service deliver.
I think that's...
This is, if you shoot from, no, decision making. Bayern are literally...
And it's one person, actually.
Sane once again playing the pass when he had an opportunity to take the shot on.
Take a shot from outside the box.
Yeah, he's not taking responsibility tonight for
Because-
some odd reason.
Because with, like Super Sub was saying, in some instances, you get Onana who can just decide to misposition himself.
Yeah, no, he's a suspect.
Or a deflection that could happen, and a goal can go in. But then again, the way Bayern are going about it, is it, let's not lose the game, because they've already qualified. That's the thing.
No, let's not lose the game. That's what, like I was saying earlier. I mean, they're approaching it in a way that they are nonchalant about this thing.
Because this game is supposed to be a blockbuster of a game.
We've got 2 powerhouses of European footballs, and we are witnessing what...
A powerhouse and a former powerhouse. You'll choose which one is which.
Wow, let's see.
Oh,
Look, I mean, United are not playing like... They're not superimposing themselves. I mean, you look at Garnacho, he's making those runs, but he's giving away position cheaply. I don't know who's gonna give United that opportunity of, of a chance of winning this game,
Oh, and thank you to the ballers that are keeping us updated with the other games that are taking place, because we're watching along the Man United game. Lusa Pongozi telling us, as well as Amudeni telling us that in the other game, Real Madrid versus... Who are Real Madrid playing?
Union Berlin.
Real Madrid had a penalty, and Modric missed.
Unlike
Why is
him.
Modric taking penalties there?
Hey man, again, do they have anything to prove? Real Madrid are through to the last 16.
Like, I know.
And they're finishing first in their group.
Don was like, Modric, you're taking the penalties today.
Because that is
Probably Jude is not playing, maybe.
That's likely.
I'll just check that for
Just
you
check.
now.
Benfica now 2-0 up against Red Bull Salzburg, and Napoli still ahead of Braga by 2-0.
Braga.
Jude is playing. He actually got a yellow card in the game.
Sure.
Which begs the question, why didn't...
Yeah, I'm surprised.
And the
Jude-
updates coming from the
Copenhagen
Ballers saying
game.
that Berlin just scored.
Ooh, wait.
Halftime.
Is it halftime?
Yeah.
Halftime in the Manchester United fixture versus Bayern Munich. 0-0. Stalemate of a game. Manchester United really need to come forward and show a lot more in the second half.
Yeah, and
true. Was
Sane
not
has
really
proved to
impressed.
be-
Yeah, I was not really impressed with how United lacked to enforce themselves in the first half. They look like they are Bayern. They look like they were protecting
A lead of some sort.
a lead of some sort. They were not very inspiring, except like in little pockets of Anthony or Garnacho or the Luke Shaw outside the box shot. Yeah,
There's not much that United have done. I mean, if I'm Tuchel, I'm gonna be to my boys more of the same, guys. Just be more more so to Sane. Just be more clinical. Take more responsibility when you're outside the box. Just shoot. Because I don't think United is a threat.
Do you think Tuchel's team talk is much easier than that of Ten Hag?
no, Ten Hag's talk is going to be much more difficult.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
I think Tuchel will say sort of more of the same. Let's keep creating chances. Leroy Sané, take a shot. Don't be scared of taking a shot.
that's it.
Boys, let's test Unana a little bit more. When we've got an
Exactly.
opportunity to shoot from outside the box, we know this guy can be shaky. Let's take that opportunity. Let's take our opportunity once again to thank Betway for sponsoring our show. Remember, if you do join as a new user on the Betway app, use the affiliate code ONSIDE ZA as a new user. Len Moleko playing with the Confederations Cup ball from 2009.
Baby Tang.
Kopanya. Very nice ball, this.
Yeah, no.
You know what this ball did? Ask Ika Casillas.
It swerved in the air.
in Rustenburg.
Yeah, Mpela knows that very well.
Of course he does. Of course he does. But like, yeah. Oh, and thanks to
and you know who knows it very well? Danny Elvis.
and Kuhn.
Oh, I will never forget that free kick. Eh? The look in Danny Elvis' eyes before he took that free kick.
His eyes were scathing. It looked like he was about to murder somebody.
Yeah.
But instead he murdered the ball and the way it moved. Yo, that was insane. Anyway, I was gonna say thanks to the ballers who are updating us. Yes, Union Berlin is leading Real Madrid by 1-0. And all the games that had the 10 o'clock kickoff are currently on halftime. I need my charger because it keeps me updated, and my laptop died because Man United didn't want to score goals.
Okay, you welcome to fetch it.
Go get your charger, Len.
Thank you.
Super Sub and I will have our own discussion here.
Yeah, no.
So Super Sub,
Yeah, man.
Manchester City playing tomorrow night
Yeah, look, I mean, they've already qualified, I think.
as group winners.
As group winners. And if I'm Pep, looking at the fact that I'm going to the Club World Cup, I will field your Kevin Phillips, all those players that have not been really getting game time, I'll rather have them go and play that game instead of risking my usual starting players, because there's a game coming against, I think, Crystal over the weekend, and then we head over to Club World Cup on Tuesday.
Let's talk about Manchester City for a second, just in terms of the recent form. Of course, the win at Luton was more difficult than what we had anticipated, but I did say on Friday that we need to appreciate Kenilworth Road.
Yeah.
I think when you're playing Luton at home, it's a very different story to when you're able to play Luton elsewhere.
Yeah, no, it's difficult to say. It's difficult to, like we mentioned, it was gonna be difficult for Manchester City to go there. But I have for some reason, if you remember, I did say that I don't see Manchester City losing that game, because had Manchester City lost, it would have been the first time Pep going 5 games without a win in the league. That's unheard of, So with the way they play, coming from 1 goal down, you could really see that they really wanted the 3 points,
Yeah, Ballers welcome shots into the studio. He's busy fixing my camera there.
And also, I did say Arsenal versus Villa. You guys got it all wrong. I did say Villa are gonna cause an upset. So yeah.
I did say that I did fancy Arsenal to play better on the bigger stage,
Yeah.
but I also said that Aston Villa at home is a different animal.
Yeah, no, it's
So
like,
it was a tough game to call. I think it was a good game to watch.
Yeah.
It was a good competitive game to watch. So I think Aston Villa, what would it be like for Aston Villa to win the Premier League and Girona to win La Liga?
yeah, it's giving the Leicester feeling, especially for Girona. Aston Villa, I think they still need a little bit of work, but again, it's still early to say.
If Aston Villa could play every one of their games this season at home, you'd
They're
give them a
definite-
good shot.
I'll give them a good shot, But if you look at Girona, how was that result, against Barcelona?
Terrific.
Those are the traits of champions. You, in order to win the league, you have to beat the best, and they've just shown that they have the capabilities of beating a team like Barcelona. So I think it's good for football. They're gonna disrupt the status quo there in what you call in La Liga.
Yeah, absolutely. We're looking at Rio Ferdinand and Paul Scholes in the studio there in Old Trafford, having their discussion, their chat at halftime. Both of them, obviously, we're not going to be listening to the audio from
But
this.
you
you can see how despondent the looks on their faces are.
I was about to say, we've been watching football for a while, and we know how these guys get animated when United is playing, and how much they take this game seriously. You can just see in the face of Rio that they are despondent. Even Paul Scholes, they take it to heart, this thing,
Yeah. Welcome back, Len Moleko. watching some of the Bayern chances in the first half back. This one was our pick of the bunch. Leroy Sané, the goal seemed to open up for him. Man United players showing effort to close him down, but the space was there and the shot could have been taken on. And once again, Sané, it seemed like he chose to pass back across the goal there again.
Yeah, like we're saying, I think the only thing that one of the things that Tuchel will be saying is that just be more clinical.
Is it a confidence thing?
I don't think it's a confidence thing because, if it's somebody that it's not a striker. So usually midfielders are selfless, they wanna fit to the strikers, So I don't think it's a confidence thing.
But you look at if we look at certain, like if we speak about midfielders, those that are attacking, because he is an attacking
midfielder,
player,
yeah.
yes.
Unless you're Salah.
No, yes, I hear you with Salah, but there's the likes of Odegaard, Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, Jude Bellingham. We can go across the board with a lot of them.
Yeah.
When a chance presents itself in the box,
take it.
they do take it.
No,
Which is what I don't understand about him. Hence, I'm asking, is it a confidence thing?
It could be, but what I'm saying is naturally, if you're a striker, your first instinct will be to shoot. But if you're a midfielder, your first instinct naturally as a footballer would be to put the ball across to your strikers.
So, Man United, what do they do different in the second half?
A lot. I think that's just the honest truth. So Manchester United need to keep the ball on the ground and play more slick, dynamic football. There needs to be more movement around the midfield players. I think that there's a concern with those two holding midfielders in Amrabat and McTominay, who...
That's a woeful shot.
Amrabat and McTominay, their passing ability, their ability to unlock defenses isn't something that you would attribute to their game, right? McTominay pops in with some goals, works really hard, box to box. Amrabat, good at breaking up play. But there's some concern there with their ability to make passes. And looking at the Man United bench, I don't know if there's much there. You would have seen maybe if Christian Eriksen were fit, you'd see him coming into this game and maybe making a change for Manchester United in a deeper role. Casemiro as well. So those two players missing for Man United is concerning from an Erik ten Hag perspective in terms of what he can change coming from the bench. But I think that Højlund needs to be more involved in the game. They need to try and find Højlund and give him a chance to do what he's in the team to do, and that's score goals.
But then who frees him up?
He needs to make the runs. It seems like he's been trying to make the runs, but Manchester United, everything's coming from wide and it's being shut down. Perhaps it's time to get Bruno Fernandes on the ball a little more centrally and focus on trying to get more early deliveries into Højlund for him to run onto.
Yeah, my worry for United is there's not that interlink between McTominay or Amrabat with their wingers. Even their wingers are not getting the ball. Garnacho, Anthony. They're not getting the ball. So, how do you move forward? How do you make sure that you get Bruno in a position where he can create those chances for Højlund? How do you make sure that you're in a position where you get Garnacho or Anthony to create chances if they're not receiving the balls?
Yeah, it's very
like
true.
You're saying, they are not unlocking those the opposition. They are very, 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 very flat.
And for a team that's actually trying to enforce and we need to win this game, because the other result currently is favoring them. But they're not doing themselves any favors.
Yeah, no. United needs to superimpose themselves. They need to be more enterprising. They need to create space. They need to create chances. They need to stay with the ball longer, and which is something that they've been battling. Every time when they win the ball, they'll string few passes together and then they lose position.
Bit of a theme in the comments here talking about how the fixtures have been going both tonight and over the weekend being in favor of Betway. It's been a tough week to predict football. There's been a lot of surprises.
It has been.
And certainly nothing really going the way we expected.
I know, the weekend dealt with me, hey?
The
weekend dealt with me.
That Springbok money is going very fast.
The weekend dealt with me. The United result, the Chelsea result,
Arsenal as
the
well.
Arsenal result. Yo, guys,
Luton as well, because you called them to lose. City to lose. You called it.
that was more hope than anything. You know, hope is not a strategy.
Yeah.
That was more hope.
And
And the odds were looking actually very nice.
I think that
17 to what?
Was it 17 or was it 7?
I think it was about.
I honestly can't remember, and I don't know how I'd be able to go look that up.
Because I remember when we spoke about it, we were looking at something ridiculous like you get...
Seppi Worldwide, welcome to the comments. Hello, darling.
Hello, darling. She's there in the comments.
She's there in the comments.
With the ballers.
With the ballers. But yeah, the odds were looking nice over the weekend. And I think my bet slip was looking very cool. But Arsenal.
I was very hopeful about my bet slip actually
Ish.
over the weekend. I avoided some of the fixtures that I was worried about, including Aston Villa versus Arsenal. I thought that was one that I was worried about. But I thought Wolves would get a win. I thought Brighton would get a win. I thought, I never saw Sheffield United winning their
yes,
game.
because Brighton lost as well.
Brighton drew, I believe.
Did they draw?
I think Brighton drew, yeah.
Last I checked, they were losing. I think.
Yes, they scored late to draw 1-1 with Burnley at home. Looking at those fixtures from the weekend, Bournemouth obviously beating Man United. Sheffield United beating Brentford at home, and Wolves didn't manage to beat Nottingham Forest. They also drew 1-1 at home to Forest. So those were some of the results that stood out for me. And then I lost fixtures in Spain. I lost fixtures in France.
Real Madrid also made me lose money, I think.
Yeah, because they drew their game, I believe. So,
and then Bayern as well.
Barcelona losing to
Girona
at home. So
Girona is...
They are pulling a Leicester there, I'm telling you. I think they're going to run away with it.
Look, it's a nice fairy tale sounding story, but I doubt it.
I mean, they've beat Barcelona.
I don't dispute that. What I'm saying to you is there are just some teams that they don't have... I mean, it's like with Bayer Leverkusen as well. Are you telling me that they're going to win the Bundesliga?
All I'm saying is, Len, in football, anything is possible. And we've seen it with Leicester. We were all saying, they will hit a deep at some point. And what did they do? Went on to win it.
Yeah,
but then that's because Arsenal went on to lose it.
That's
what
Arsenal
does best anyway. So,
wow.
DeCarlo asking me what I think Man United should do to win in the second half. I did allude to this. I think that the attacking players need to be brought into the game, more especially Højlund. It looks like Wan-Bissaka may be being prepared to come on. Diego Dallo revving him up. This is a strange one to see.
I'll tell you why he's doing that. Like I was saying, the wingers are flat. So you want a fullback that's going to make those runs and unleash one of the wingers.
So, but who's being brought off? Because is it Luke Shaw?
But you can't afford to take out Luke Shaw because he's been one of the better players.
It could be an injury or fatigue issue. He has recently come back from injury.
But has he done enough?
If this is not a replacement for Luke Shaw, because it appears as though Diego Dallo would switch to left back, as we see Benny McCarthy. If Luke Shaw is the player being replaced, I believe Dallo will move to left back and Wan-Bissaka will move to right back. Although Luke Shaw had the most threatening moment of the game for Manchester United. Yep. So if it's a tactical switch, it'll be interesting. If it's not Luke Shaw being replaced, that would mean that Luke Shaw is probably moving to centre-back. It is Luke Shaw being replaced, in fact. So
interesting.
We're seeing a lot of comments of saying that we need to share our bet slips here. I think before we kick off, Len, I've got my bet slip up. The 17 results that I lost on this weekend. I did back Leeds United to win against Blackburn Rovers in the Championship. I then said Bayern Munich would beat Eintracht Frankfurt. I was wrong. I said Brighton would win against Burnley. I was wrong. That was a draw. I did say Leicester would beat Plymouth Argyle. They did win that. I said Manchester United would beat Bournemouth. Wishful thinking. Bournemouth won that one. I said Norwich City would beat Preston North End. That ended in a draw. I said Wolves would beat Nottingham Forest. That was a draw. I said Real Madrid would win their game. That was a draw. I also backed Orlando Pirates against TS Galaxy, one of the few results I got right. I said Sporting Lisbon would beat Vitória Guimarães, and they lost that one. I backed Wydad to win their game, Inter Milan, Paris Saint-Germain, Porto, and Atletico Madrid. I got all of those correct.
That was a multi-bet
And
of
then
note.
I was trying to play big. And then Mamelodi Sundowns and FC Barcelona let me down on their results as well as the game kicks back off. So
Yeah,
that is my bet slip shared with you guys.
I got dribbled by Brooks. So I played only Premier League teams and 2 DSTV Premiership teams. Brighton let me down because they played a draw. I thought Brentford was going to beat Sheffield United, but Sheffield obviously won. Man United, I thought they were going to beat Bournemouth. Well, we know how that happened. Arsenal, Aston Villa was the same. Villa winning. West Ham, I thought they were going to beat Fulham, but Fulham came with the goods. 5-0. That was...
I don't think whatever you guys are doing, it's what... was it Dakar who asked on the comments?
About?
The betting slips.
Yes.
They want the betting slip before you could play it so that they can play it. You guys are giving results that are already done. He wants the betting slip so that he can bet on it.
We're trying to give our level of thinking where
I don't have any betting slips coming up currently.
It doesn't.
But I will give you one on Friday.
Okay,
Carlo,
cool.
Friday
we'll
share our betting
slips on Friday. Yeah, definitely.
Thank you guys. Jeez.
And tonight also, Real Madrid is ruining betting slips. And I bet you the odds for Union Berlin winning were actually very high.
Yeah, I'm sure you would have got a good return on that one.
Yeah.
We should have actually spoken about the odds earlier on before we started before the show, the games began.
Well, we can look at the current odds for this fixture that we're busy doing the watch-along for.
Then again, one would have thought this game was going to start high pace, going at it, but still nada.
Currently, the odds favor Bayern Munich at 2.25 to win this game, Man United at 3.6, and a draw at 2.95. The result obviously getting more and more likely for a draw, so those odds continue to fall. And the Real Madrid game, if you expect Real Madrid to turn that one around, they are at 4.2. So that could be a nice return if you expect Real Madrid to turn that one around.
Damelo on the comment saying, we are gatekeeping them from winning by not sharing bet slips. Look, I lose every weekend.
Yeah, I've not been that successful, guys. You're not missing out on that.
Yes, but we'll share. We'll share on Friday. We'll definitely share.
The more the merrier.
You know. Nchaupe Nasman saying Union Berlin was 4.81 before the game started.
Okay,
So that's not too bad.
that much, though. I would have thought it would have been more.
Wan-Bissaka coming on the pitch and laying up Bruno Fernandes for the
But
best
that's poor.
chance in the game for Manchester United.
That's poor.
It's a poor
Composure.
strike from Bruno Fernandes.
He had so much time.
Yes,
He
lack
actually
of
had enough
composure.
time to take a touch. But Ten Hag obviously applauding his players because that is the best piece of play that we've seen from Man
Good
United.
vision
so
there
far
from
this
Wan-Bissaka.
And I
Yeah.
think that's why Wan-Bissaka was brought in, because these crosses, like we were saying, they were not coming in from the wingers. So if you've got a winger, a fullback that can push forward, it gives you that leverage.
Wan-Bissaka not known for his attacking abilities. It was a criticism laid upon him for some time, particularly his ability to cross.
But now
This
it
is
looks
where
like
he's at his strength.
It looks like both teams are. It looks like both teams are starting to almost like I don't want to say unlock, but like.
Well, Man United certainly look like
open
they're trying to
ease.
open the game up a little bit, and as they've been forced to go ahead and look for the goal, which will create space for Bayern Munich to counter-attack. So,
And again, that's why I was saying to Super Sub earlier on, and he was not agreeing with me. I think where the situation is right now, it actually favors Bayern Munich more because they really don't have to do anything. They just have to sit back, wait for Man United to come at them, and find a counter attack and score a goal and sit back.
This situation favored Bayern Munich before they even kicked the ball.
Ivan Abubakar asking, why was Luke Shaw subbed off?
we can only
Tactical
guess.
or tactical? Do you think it was tactical or it was injury?
We can only guess, obviously, but I would imagine it was tactical at this point.
But I think he wants to use that right-hand side to he's trying to explore that right hand side. With Wan-Bissaka, I think he pushed more forward than Luke Shaw.
You probably get more from. I could be wrong, and the ballers could tell me. Like, I think you get more of an attacking threat from Luke Shaw than you do from Wan-Bissaka.
And you'd certainly get it from Diego Dallo, which is why he stayed on the pitch, obviously.
Yes,
so
but you were not getting that in the first half. That right hand side was not live.
Yeah,
but it needs to connect.
So Luke Shaw, having come back from injury, he played at centre back, which Ten Hag alluded to, saying that he's saving his legs because he's just come back from injury. So that is a possibility. But I won't be able to tell you with certainty why Luke Shaw was taken off, because I am in agreement with Len. Logically, even after that Wan-Bissaka opportunity that he created for Bruno Fernandes, I wouldn't imagine that would be an attacking change.
Ooh, I would have gone for a back heel there because there was a player running, and we would have.
But again, you see what I was talking about? I'm talking about Marco. United gets the ball. McTominay cannot pass. He cannot unleash anyone. Like, it's just so frustrating to watch United, especially in the midfield. There's nothing that is happening right there.
Those two midfield positions are definitely a concern. With Casemiro and Eriksen out with injury, Manchester United really suffering in that midfield position.
Yeah, because Eriksen is more creative than any of those.
Good ball into the box by Garnacho. Manchester United looking far more threatening at the start of the second half, and it seems like it's just an inspiring team talk from Ten Hag. Not much has changed tactically, you'd imagine. It's just about,
and what's
boys, let's get forward.
Nice one from Wan-Bissaka there.
That's what he's known for.
Yeah, that was going to be a defensive splitting pass.
Yeah.
And had it been gotten right,
it was a one-on-one.
It was a proper serious threat.
Yeah, a comment here from Ndamule. Sorry, my apologies. Ndamulelo. I apologize, please. He just came back from injuries and he has been playing every game. Shaw was also struggling defensively.
Okay.
But United should not be defending. Well, they should, because when you get attacked, you need to defend. But I'm saying they should be more thinking about going forward.
This is
every time I watch Anthony, I am more and more leaning towards Marco's sentiments
about his uselessness.
Yes, you must just look. His understanding of football. Just look there.
Yeah, his understanding of football, I think, is poor.
No, man, nah.
I think that he's a very skillful, talented player, and I think it'd be a lot of fun to watch in a five-a-side game. Or perhaps in a different league. But he's reading of the game.
He must go to Colette and go play there.
Interesting comment here from Chusta Mavi saying Bruno is not playing in the next game. They will suffer more. Yeah, Bruno Fernandes suspended for picking up a yellow card in the Bournemouth game. So just an accumulation of yellow cards means that he will not be part of the trip to Anfield this weekend.
Yeah, if this game is anything to go by, there's not much is giving.
Hey, look, I think Liverpool are sitting there licking their lips thinking about 3 points that they're going to get. Because if this game is anything to go by, looking at Liverpool and the quality that they have.
Especially at home.
Yeah, I don't think Liverpool is going to sit back and... Not even sit back. I don't think Liverpool is going to be there on some like, okay, cool. We'll try dribble our way and walk the ball into the... No. They're going to go for it.
No, definitely. And we know once Liverpool smell blood, you can even get 5, 6, 7.
Oh, another attempt there from Bruno Fernandes.
Captain Bruno.
I see Højlund and Bruno Fernandes closing down the opposition in that final third, which created that chance for Bruno Fernandes. He might have been better set for a pass because he chose to strike that early at goal. And Anthony was running through. And if there's anyone who can unlock that pass, it is Bruno Fernandes. So perhaps a poor decision there. But he is a frustrated. It wasn't far off, and I mean we've just criticized Leroy Sané for trying to make a pass when a shot was on.
So I love the press that United is doing now. It looks like they're trying to strangle Bayern, not allowing them to get out of their half. Yes, to get out of their half.
And once again, there's a turnover in possession.
But then they lose.
And again, Amrabat picks up possession.
I'm leaning more towards. We just got an update from Taps_Wave saying that I think Copenhagen is currently leading Galatasaray by a 1-0.
So which means we can close the
live.
I'll
I'll just check now. That's true. Copenhagen are leading as it stands.
So as things stand, Copenhagen will be guaranteeing themselves a place in the next round, no matter the results of this fixture.
This is me being an Arsenal fan for the draw on Monday.
Yeah, Copenhagen. Yeah, because they didn't look terrific against Manchester United earlier in the campaign.
Yeah.
Either of those fixtures, and Man United gave those results away.
So as it stands, win or lose, it is what it is.
Yeah.
For United, that is.
Well, Europa League is still there to
For
be
the
played
win.
for. So Manchester United need to try win. Obviously, they want to qualify for the next round, and then a win will guarantee them Europa League at the least.
So giving a table update, Group A, Bayern is first with 14, Copenhagen second with 8, with the current results right now. And then Galatasaray is third with 5. Man United is it's fourth with 5 as well. Just a weird goal difference for them. No, it's actually head-to-head. It's not goal difference.
Oh, is it head-to-head?
Yes, it's head-to-head. Because Man United have a better goal difference than Galatasaray. Because Galatasaray is -3, United is -2. Yet Gala is above United on the log.
But Gala's got 6 points.
And Man United.
No. Gala's got 5 points. Because they
Man United will be on 5 points. It's
Currently, United is on 5 points.
No, as things stand.
As things stand.
Yes.
So is Galatasaray.
Because they're losing their
Because
fixture.
they're losing their fixture.
Oh.
Do you get me, Super Sub?
Yeah, I get you.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much. We're on the same page.
So Man United will be out
Yes.
of Europa League contention as well.
Maybe they just need to concentrate on the league, eh? Get their house in order.
Yeah, I mean, Manchester United's got a deep enough squad. They'll be desperate to be competing in Europe. They're already out of the FA Cup, from what I remember, or is it just the League Cup that they're out of? I think they're out of the League Cup already. That's correct.
That's Man United.
Man United
Yes,
are
they're
out
out
of the League Cup already.
So they only have FA and the league left as it stands currently.
Yes. And they were in the final of the FA Cup. They won the League Cup last season.
The Plastic Cup, yes.
They made the semi-finals of Europa League last season as well. They went out to Sevilla in dramatic fashion. So Manchester United, the squad is deep enough. Yes, there are injuries now currently, but when those players return, you would think Man United don't want to be out of Europe altogether. That's for sure.
That's silly. I don't know if... No, he's not even injured. That was silly from Garnacho there.
No, he's been a suspect the entire game.
The way he won the ball, and for him to lose it like that was silly.
Len, that's Garnacho this entire game. He had moment where he's got the ball and he just runs into defense and then he loses the balls. And that comes... He lacks maturity with that regard, when to pass, when to run at defense. You need to, as a player, you need to develop to know when to pass, when to take on defense. And a lot of times, even when there's a pass that he can unleash, he chooses to go on defense and he loses possession.
Caps Wave is sad. He says his money is gone. And Albakwe Meno says, do Bayern Munich know that I risked with my boss taxi checking just to bet for them?
Sure.
But we did say you need to bet responsibly. You can't be taking money that is meant for certain things that are critical and be betting with it.
But also you can't bet on Man United to win. If you bet for them to lose, you are likely to win, man.
Yeah.
Do you get me?
There's that
I'm
as
just
well.
saying. And King is saying that if Sane is substituted, Bayern will score. Again, are we going to say that Sane and Garnacho to a degree have almost like had the chances, but their decision-making has let them down in this match?
The only common thing is their decision-making has been poor. But Sane has been more on a better position to score than Garnacho.
He's been more effective than Garnacho in this game for sure, except for that final decision. And Garnacho... he hasn't put himself in an opportunity to make a better final decision all that much.
This game is going in waves. It's got like 5 moments of, something is going to happen. And then it's got 5 minutes of,
The Man United players sort of hanging their heads a little bit, showing themselves a little frustration. We see Anthony swinging his arms.
Hey, it's frustrating.
It is.
Because
Just when you think
it's picking up
they're getting
momentum,
going.
yes, and then it just like goes,
And you can see even Captain Marco is defeated, eh?
you know.
And the early promise that Manchester United showed in the early part of the second half, where they were closing down Bayern Munich in the final third there.
They stopped doing
And
that.
Robert
Silly
taking a yellow card for the team.
Emma Brett was included in the KEF All-Star team, right? I think I saw his name there, along with Hakimi and Sane. Ballers, do let me know, those who watched the KEF Awards last night, if Amrabat was in the team, because Onana was the goalkeeper. I know Hakimi was there. I know I digress, but that's what this game is doing. Taps is very frustrated. He's like 61 minutes, still no goal. Well, it is what it is.
We definitely expected more goals in this game, especially the way the group
Yeah, look,
stages have gone for Man United so far.
I don't think this game is gonna end a 0-0. At most, Bayern will score.
Ndamulelo. He says, who would have thought that we will depend on an Arsenal fan for advice? How Man United have fallen. But like, we're the Invincibles, Ndamulelo. How? You guys have never gone a whole season unbeaten. But anyway, we digress. Let's go back to the game.
What game? There's no game yet.
No, but Man United are playing games. Like they, if anything, give yourself a chance to win this game, or at least make Europa
It's even
League.
worse than the first half because Bayern Munich, Bayern is
Goal
all
for
over
goal.
them. More like Bruno's chance, eh, Marco?
Yeah, very similar.
Fluffed it.
Kimmich fluffing his lines a little bit there. I think the concern now, again, is what you were saying, is Man United are defending deep and it gives a lot of space ahead of the back line there. And Bayern Munich are currently exploiting that space.
Yeah, as it stands, the United game and the Inter game are the only two games without a goal. Union Berlin still leads 1-0. Salzburg is 2-1 down against Benfica. Napoli still leading 2-0. Inter Real Sociedad 0-0. Copenhagen leads Gala by 1-0. And
Hosselu has equalized for Real Madrid.
Real Madrid is 1-1 now.
Yes.
Yes.
Who scored for Real Madrid?
Hosselu.
Oh.
As we wait for a goal from Old Trafford.
We're certainly
Crickets.
waiting for that goal.
Crickets.
And we've been waiting. Man United now in possession and unable to do any sort of penetrative passing.
But it feels like even with Bayern, it's like they want to go forward, but they don't have any ideas of how to do
I
that.
mean, I agree with you, Len, because I mean they've got like superior ball position right now.
Yes.
And they don't even have a shot on target in the second half.
Exactly. Amu Deni saying that Madrid have scored. Yes, I just saw that now. The score is 1-1. So yeah, thank you for the update as well.
Guys, I said the odds were at 4.2 for Real Madrid to turn this game around just now.
So if you listen to Marco in the first half, you should be starting to lick your lips now because they might just switch it around and just win that game and make it 6 out of 6. Mfundo says, I don't know what I was thinking. Going for 2.5 over for this game. But look, on the basis of it, looking at this fixture, I would have easily, not even 2.5, I would have gone 3.5 for this game.
Yeah, I agree with you, Len, and I agree with you, Ballers. You can't hate yourself for making a logical decision like that. It's just simply the game of football sometimes doesn't go that way.
Is it because Man United is involved?
Hey, Neo Isaac saying we really should have done that Arsenal watch-along on Saturday.
There's Super Sub.
I told you, Super Sub. Must blame him.
Super Sub and Tepi Worldwide. Yeah,
he doesn't
it's their fault.
want to watch Arsenal win the league. He wants to watch Man United get disqualified from Champions League.
Oh,
Manchester
guys,
City fans.
You know, all I'm gonna say is, guys, I'm sorry.
Are you sleeping? Come back.
What a game. What a game.
Wake up.
Wow.
The only person who I think predicted this game being so boring was MacG because he didn't want to come join us for this one tonight.
Yeah, no.
MacG was like,
Yeah.
I'm out for this one.
like,
I'm not watching this one.
He made a good decision. Good man. 65 minutes in.
MacG, enjoy your sleep.
While watching the game or because he's sleeping?
Either or. It's,
If I'm a United fan, I will sleep. My sleep right now would be very much important than this game.
But I want to go back to something that I
This
can't
is
remember which
sleep
baller.
first.
I can't remember which baller mentioned this earlier on when we started the watch along. Nchaupe saying he went for a 3.5 because he was expecting at least a 2-2 or a 3-2. That's what I thought. In fact, I thought there was going to be like a 4-2 or something along those lines. But yeah, man. Yes, a Tepi Worldwide, we blame you. Anyway, I go back to
Tepi wanted to go watch Kendrick.
yeah. What? Oh, where to for Ten Hag after this?
Elsewhere because Thomas Muller's coming on.
The ever reliable. This guy doesn't age.
He doesn't age.
No.
He keeps going.
Jeepers.
Jamal.
Jamal Musiala, what a talent for the future.
What a talent. What a talent. Proper baller. But Muller coming on, what is he offering that Musiala was not doing?
Experience, a lot of experience. That split second thinking that Thomas Muller is known for, his ability to just think on the spot. And
if there's one player that knows how to hold play, it's
Thomas Muller.
Yeah.
Yes, Neo Isaacs, Tepi Worldwide is to blame. As we continue the snooze fest.
It's gonna be a while until we do another United watch along. Trust me.
No, we played ourselves here.
No, we did.
Marco, I apologize for listening to Super Sub and Tepi Worldwide.
we could have done Aston Villa.
We could have done a much
Aston Villa
more
vessel.
entertaining game.
It's okay, Len. It's okay. And I'd like to apologize to the ballers. You know, I'll take the blame.
Like Marco was alluding to it, Amudeni is saying ETH must go. Man
Go
United-
where?
The thing is, if Eric Ten Hag goes, who do you replace him with?
Who's unemployed now? Big Sam.
Zinedine Zidane?
Zidane is.
Does he really want to go to a place that does not have a proper jacuzzi?
He doesn't speak English either, so that could be a tough one. And I mean, unless you can convince De Zerbi to leave Brighton, that might be a move, but it wouldn't be a good move for De Zerbi right now. I think he'd need the club to. I don't know how many top managers would want this job. They know that this club needs restructuring before they come in.
I don't think De Zerbi will move
Where's
from
Nuno? He's
Brighton.
in Saudi.
Who?
Nuno.
Yes, Nuno. No, didn't he get fired from Saudi recently?
I heard something like that as well.
Yes, I think Nuno got fired. Wasn't he coaching the team that Al Ittihad?
Yeah, I think so.
Because they were playing in the Club World Cup earlier today. I think the last time I checked, they were leading by 3-0. So there's a possibility that Benzema and the likes of Haaland will be playing against each other. Because Man City have a game next week, but they...
Sippy says Frank Lampard's available.
Club World Cup. Man City is playing... Who's Man City playing?
Ballers, sorry, we're not doing a Liverpool United watch along. We
Because
apologize.
United is involved.
This is our final watch along for the year. There will be a new watch along for you in January.
And it will not be Man United.
Best
It
believe.
will not be.
Not
Manu.
if I have something to do with it.
So Al Ahly on Friday is playing Al Ittihad. So Pesitao is going to be playing against the likes of Benzema and what's his name? N'Golo Kante and the boys. Man City's opponents are yet to be determined because Man City have a game in the Club World Cup next week.
Yeah, because the European champions, they only go to the semis.
Still don't understand the concept of that cup. It's such a very weird cup
Yeah, it's AFL.
that went to a private school.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another
Oh,
club
yes,
that
Pete was available. Yes.
coach
Amundeni is
United.
right, yes.
Yeah, of course. You can do
And he'll
better.
work with Benny.
they can't do worse
I mean,
Oh,
and
that's a
it's
clear.
1-0.
That's a goal.
unless he's offside.
That's
it doesn't look like it.
Nope. And that's Kingsley Coman who's come in with the goal for Bayern Munich.
Well. Ndamulelo says United must just close shop. I'm tired of this abuse. Where can one report this team for emotional abuse? It's 1-0
Ndamulelo.
to Bayern Munich. Courtesy of Kingsley Coman. Man United, as it looks, are about to get out
Let's see.
of the UEFA Champions League.
And out of Europe
Oh,
altogether.
you worked out for this goal, eh?
Yeah, he did.
Again, Thomas Muller.
Not offside.
No, well
Not
onside.
Clean.
Wan-Bissaka playing him
One
well
Bissaka
on.
came on to keep him on side.
Well on. Good
No,
ball
he came
from
on
Harry
to
Kane.
he came on to help Bayern go 1 up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? This game is tiring. Super sad. But at least there's a goal. We can take comfort in that. Look at the dejected faces. I don't know what Bruno is trying to marshal, because at this rate, it's the 72nd minute. United would need to score 2 more goals.
to stand a chance.
Yeah.
To stand a chance.
A United side from the past, you would expect to do it, but I think most Man United fans now will feel very despondent and not imagine that
There's
this
no such
Manchester
thing as
United
Fegi
side.
time anymore.
Yeah. Tepiso Tau saying those who went 2.5 might still be in with a little chance. Just a little
Well,
bit.
the way Man United crumbled against Bournemouth, they could just crumble here. And it is the moment of desperation. So you might see Man United players flooding forward, which will open up spaces for Bayern Munich.
Yeah, look. For Bayern now, all they have to do is sit back.
I wish I were one of these young guns that was born in a time to support Manchester City.
King, yes, I am tired. This game is boring.
Oh, equalizer? Oh no.
From
Very
where?
close.
How?
Weghorst? Are you comparing Oyland to Weghorst?
Yeah, look, I mean,
Who's the better who's the better red devil?
oh, that was a clean pass from Onana.
Onana.
First touch,
Yeah,
did him
no.
wrong.
Uh,
First touch, did him wrong.
really difficult one to take under control.
It's
But
one that I think he should not have waited for it to bounce first. I think he should have taken it while it was still in flight, because you've got much more of a better chance to actually kill the flight and the speed of the ball from that position.
I agree, guys. This is a conspiracy. Bayern Munich should be leading by quite a few. It's just to kill your bets of the overs. So now Hannibal and Pelistri to come on.
To offer what?
There's nothing to offer here.
There's no team here. Come on, there's no team here.
How many goals does Holland have, Marco?
Looks like Madrid
In the
have scored a
Champions League,
second.
Hoyland has 3, I think.
And that's all, eh?
And that's all, no Premier League goals.
So Edin Ketia has got
So it's
more
a Vegas,
goals.
basically. Because Vegas was scoring in all other competitions but Premier
Wait,
League.
I've got a question. Edin Ketia has got more goals than Hoyland.
This season.
And Nketiah's got 1 goal.
Yeah?
No. Hoyland has more Champions League goals, but goals across
No, I'm
the
speaking
season.
about the season.
Yeah.
How many goals does Nketiah have?
He should be sitting on like 5 or 6.
No.
And remember, he's not a regular.
Anthony and
not
Garnacho are the
a
2
starter.
players who come
He's not a
off.
regular, especially
But
when
also,
Jesus
Holland
is.
didn't start the season. He was injured, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, but still.
But I think he's played as many minutes as Nketiah. Nketiah is not very first choice for Arsenal.
I think now it's at a case where Man United is just saying that the Pelistris and the Hannibals should just like, hey, here's your Champions League minutes. Finish
See
it
what
off.
you can do with it.
Finish what you can do. I don't have any hope of going any further. Speaking of Man United, I heard rumors, or I read rumors earlier this morning that Donny might be getting shipped off come Jan.
Who?
Donny.
Oh, it's very likely. There's already offers for loans from a few clubs. Donny van der Beek.
What went wrong there? Because he was one of the babies, Eric Ten Hag's babies at that Ajax team.
Yeah, it's just never worked out for him at Manchester United, has it?
There's a second coming.
It's coming.
Oh, nice pass. That was good vision.
Coming. It's still there.
There's a lack of imposing yourself. Like it's as if United have decided that it's over. Can the 90th?
They're waiting for the whistle. Definitely. They're waiting for the final whistle.
Because even in defense, it's like I'm not seeing a fight.
Definitely. We mentioned mentality.
It came in pockets.
Bits and pieces,
in
yes.
Bits and pieces
But you can't play like that for 3 minutes at a time.
You'd probably have more of a fight if you had to put 11 Jack Russells against this Bayern team.
Wow. Jack Russells, even. Jack Russells are more fearless. Chihuahuas, man.
The thing is, like now, see, the momentum has changed. It's now Bayern, who I thought would be sitting back, but it's the same theme. They are the team that are more on the ball than the team that actually needs to win this game.
Yeah, absolutely. They're leading. They look very comfortable, and Man United not making them nearly uncomfortable enough. Kingsley Coman substituted. He looked like he was carrying some difficulties. Replaced by Matthijs Tel.
Thank you for the update, Teppy Worldwide, saying that Donny is set to leave United and Frankfurt is leading the race to sign him.
Yeah.
They're cooking something there by Frankfurt. Them and Bayer Leverkusen.
Leverkusen under Xabi Alonso has been revelation. And another one that can be mentioned in the same breath as Aston Villa and
United
Girona.
are at home.
Yeah,
I forget.
Yeah.
A theater of nightmares. It's rough. El Capitan. At least your jersey is safe.
At least this jersey is safe. I sort of want to give it away even more as Real Madrid take the lead against Union Berlin.
See, we did say, so that game at 2.5, you still sorted.
At 2.5?
At 2.5 overs, you still sorted. Or even if you had gone for a Real Madrid win when Union were leading.
Yes, that was at 4.2 on the odds that we mentioned earlier. And obviously they're looking very likely there. So Joselu scoring the second in that one.
So he's got a
as
brace.
well. So he's on a hat trick in the Champions League.
Yeah, no, man.
Is this United Asafanias?
Hannibal,
this is men
being
divided.
that Jack Russell that you mentioned earlier on, chasing down the ball, trying to get something.
Which is what I think they need to do. And I don't see enough of that from United. They're playing like they are the ones leading by 1-0 and the other game is at 0-0 or 1-1.
And they're playing like they are away from home.
And they're playing like they are away from... In fact, I think they enforced themselves more on Bayern when they went to...
Munich in the opening game of the tournament. And once again, Andre Onana called into question for that result.
Sure.
Onana can't be blamed for anything as Kobe Mainoo prepares to come onto the pitch. He's likely to replace either Amrabat or Scott McTominay. I think at this point it would be Amrabat, the more defensive of the two. Scott McTominay has goals in him. You'd imagine that Ten Hag is preparing to remove Amrabat for Mainoo.
Do we blame injuries on this result?
No, I don't think you can. Manchester United have been poor with the fit squad this season. So once again, you blame mentality. Mentality is the issue at Manchester United. Has Ten Hag lost the dressing room like Jose Mourinho had? Rafael Varane is actually the player who's...
No.
Yeah, so I think Amrabat will shift to centre back to replace Amrabat's position, and Mainoo will move further upfield. Manchester United have looked better defensively, although they have been playing tactically, defensively deep, etc. They've looked better defensively with Varane in the side. They haven't looked especially vulnerable since Johnny Evans came on to replace Maguire, but I think it's the defensive problems start in midfield as Bayern Munich were able to open up the opportunities.
Because looking at it now, right, I'm trying to pick out who is that player who's likely to actually like, okay, let me do it. You know, like at City, you've got like Haaland from time to time will take the game by the scruff of the neck, or a Kevin De Bruyne if he's fit, or Salah, or for Arsenal, well, there's Bukayo Saka who can just like come out of nowhere and actually be like enforce himself. And
Martin
be like,
Odegaard.
or Martinelli as well. But
I think Man United's only man that you can say who has that in him is Bruno Fernandes. I think you look across the rest of the pitch and you think to yourself, who's going to change the game? And Bruno Fernandes has created more chances in this calendar year than any Man United in history in terms of chances created. And Man United have still performed so poorly over the course of the entire year. So the failings seem to be elsewhere on the pitch, but Bruno Fernandes, a quality player, looks very frustrated.
But who assists him? Is it?
Yeah, you can't do it alone,
Yes.
right?
Because like, I mean, with all the teams that we've mentioned, at Liverpool, there's several players that can step up and assist. At City, there's several players that can step up and assist. But at United, if you've got an injured Rashford, depending on how he feels on the day, it's Bruno Fernandes and who else?
Ballers are all asking me to change my shirt. I've been through such bad times as a Man United fan in recent years. I will continue to support them. So I'll keep my shirt on.
Len, I don't think we can entirely say injuries not to blame, because I disagree with Marco. You know, injuries are part of the game, you know, and
you need to manage.
Yeah, you need to manage them. They will disrupt your play at some point. You know, look at Manchester City. We reference them because it's one team that we all think it's got depth, but look at Kevin De Bruyne's absence.
Just that one player not there.
Just one player not
and then
there.
when we see Rodri drop out of the side, it makes it even more difficult.
Newcastle United
injuries
as well.
will always play a role in a game in games like this.
Yeah, but who's injured for Manchester United that you think? I mean, but we mentioned Christian Eriksen and Casemiro earlier on. Harry Kane coming close to doubling Bayern's lead.
He would have loved an opportunity
But I mean,
score.
if Marcus Rashford weren't ill, would he have changed this game?
No, look, I agree with you in a sense that the entire squad has been flat. You know, you don't really have like standout performances from the entire squad. You know, in recent games. You know, I mean, they come in pockets anyway. But a player like Eriksen, I feel like he was needed in this game. A player like his name is on the tongue of my
Casemiro, perhaps?
Casemiro, yes, would have been needed in this game.
I agree. Those are the two that Man United really were missing today as options, at least. You know, Casemiro and Eriksen could have at least string a few passes together from midfield.
And one thing about Casemiro is he's got the ability to boss the midfield. He will be in charge of the midfield, and he's got those split passes that you were complaining about that you're not getting from Amrabat and McTominay.
Yes, definitely.
Let's play a game.
We'll fall asleep first.
Let's play a game. We can even play with the ballers. And I'm going to ask you guys, while we wait for the last 7 minutes of this game, because it doesn't look like Man United are going to do anything. Bayern are just managing the game. They know that they've got their 3 points. They like Real Madrid, I think, are going to be the two teams, and City, depending on how they perform tomorrow, the 3 teams that would have gone through the group stages without dropping any points. Okay, here's my game. Against who was Harry Kane's last goal on English soil?
On English soil.
On English soil.
So not against an English club.
Well, on English soil, the likelihood was it was against an English club.
Not in Germany.
No. On English soil. When last did Harry Kane score a goal in England?
Didn't he score in the qualifiers?
No. Harry Kane, the club player, not Harry Kane, the national team player.
So you're taking us last season?
That's a good start.
No, I don't remember.
Was it against?
United.
No, it wasn't against United. Well, if he scores tonight, then it will be against United.
Because his last goal against an English side was against Manchester United in Munich.
No. On English soil.
That's why I wanted to clarify that.
Yes. So, like you said, you were on the right path. It was against a Premier League team.
Yeah, give us more clue.
It was against a Premier League team.
That's not good enough.
Is it interesting because it was Arsenal?
No. Nchaupe says Man United. Not correct. Azile says Liverpool. Nope, not correct.
I don't have a guess. Let the ballers keep guessing.
Okay, we'll let the ballers keep guessing. It's actually very easy.
Yeah, because you Googled it.
No. I just know it.
It's easy, Marco. It's so easy to pull up a stat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's like a bikini.
Yeah. So
A player who has almost the most Premier League goals of anyone in history. He's only behind a select few. Now we must remember his last goal.
Taps wave, it's not Everton. You're getting there. We've eliminated a couple of teams. So Everton, Man City, Liverpool, Man United eliminated. It's none of those.
West Ham.
It's not West Ham. Even though his last game on English soil against an English club was against West Ham.
But he did not score that day.
No, he didn't score. Mpomonari can't be Tottenham because he was playing for Tottenham.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's got an own goal. It's not Chelsea either. So come end of the game, I'll reveal the answer. It's not Chelsea. It's easy, but you'd have to think about it.
I'm not even thinking about it.
Oh, were you asleep again?
No.
I'm looking at your eyes. No, Nchaupe, it's not Arsenal. Dakalo. Yes, Dakalo is right.
Is that the goal that relegated Leeds?
The two of them that he scored. Yes, it was against Leeds United. Dakalo Ernest is right. It was against Leeds.
So some say Wolves, some say Villa. It's so funny.
No, there are people know. Chusta, it's not Aston Villa. Amu, it's not West Ham.
It's Leeds.
It's Leeds United.
Speaking of Leeds United, seeing as the game is
Not United
pattering back down to a startling slow finish. Leeds United have one particular person that springs to mind when any South African hears the name.
Yes.
And it's legendary icon, Mr. Lucas Radebe.
Yes.
What a great player. What an absolute South African icon.
Remember the game against Man United where
What
the
a
goalkeeper
legend.
got... Did the goalkeeper get a red card or was
Yes.
he injured for him to actually
Got a red card.
go into goal? And
Which was Lucas Radebe's second appearance in goal for Leeds United.
yeah,
So
Union equalized.
to hear more stories like that, stay tuned, subscribe, like, because Mr. Lucas Radebe will be on site in the month of December. We will make another announcement this coming Friday. Nice. But iconic South African great, a legend for Leeds United and Bafana, winner of the 1996 African Cup of Nations with Bafana. Lucas Radebe joins us in studio here for an absolutely delightful interview. So ballers, look forward to that one coming during the month of December. Absolute legend of the game.
Legend.
Nicest guy you'll meet as well. I had the pleasure of meeting him.
And I know this game is winding down slowly. It's okay, ballers. We just running the clock like Bayern. Top three. Easily, he's number one. Top three South African great players of all time. Instead of being the flag bearer for South African football internationally.
You said top three.
Yes. He's easily number one.
Yo, look, I mean, he has done well.
In
for
our
himself.
era, I did not watch Jomo Sono play, so I can't speak about him.
I watched McCarthy play.
Benny, we've watched. He's also in the top three.
So he's won the Champions League.
Lucas has
which
played in the Champions League.
which is like, look, I love Lucas, but I don't think I would want to put him ahead of Benny. You know, what Benny has done and achieved as well, it's not something.
There are so many iconic players. Dr. Khumalo comes to mind
no,
as
of course,
a
yes.
South African great.
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't want to class them in terms of who's number one, because obviously Lucas was a defender.
True.
Benny was a striker and he was poaching those goals. So
I mean, there's also the likes of your Steven Pienaar as well. I think for him to stay,
I think Benny's
Steven
clear of
Pienaar,
Benny.
for him to have played as many Premier League games as he
Yes.
had is commendable as well.
there's Quinton Fortune as well.
There's Phil Masinga.
There's Mark Fish, there's Sean
Mark Fish, who
Bartlett.
played for Charlton.
There's quite a lot of ambassadors. But for somebody who, or perhaps in the clubs that they played for, Lucas was more celebrated by Leeds than all the others were celebrated by their respective clubs that they played for.
No, for sure. For sure. I just feel like Benny is clear of many players that we've sent abroad, just by virtue of winning Champions League.
Look, Chusta Mavi, I agree with him. Lucas Benny and Steven Pienaar, yes, for me, top three.
No Sean Bartlett.
In terms of what they've achieved and the longevity that they had
I agree.
playing.
No, those are the top three South African icons for me as well. And
still
Carla,
Steve
to answer
Compella,
you,
eh?
no, Lucas Radebe's episode unfortunately will not be live. That will be a pre-recorded interview.
Yes. Pesitau, he's still coming. You can't put him there yet. He's still coming.
It's still very much fresh to put him there.
Yeah, but as it's we almost out of
Jeez,
time.
you can't wait to
because-
get out of here. It's like you want to stand up now, dog. Look, we still have 3 minutes, Len. And Marco still needs to close the show. Jeez, bro.
Tomorrow's Wednesday, Lynn. It's December. Are you going to work early or what? You need your sleep.
Every day is a Saturday in December. No, but like, do you understand how excruciating this game has been?
It's been painful to watch.
With the expectations that we had of this game and what we saw, this game has been truly painful to watch.
Yeah, no. I mean, even Bayern didn't do us a favor. If Man United were struggling like this, Bayern should have just punished them and just gave us like a spectacle.
The onus certainly wasn't on them, though.
No, of course.
You can understand that they would have wanted to play this game at a snail's pace.
Oh, Dakalo actually makes a very interesting point. I had forgotten about him because he is regarded as a legend at Copenhagen.
Yes, Busiso Zuma.
Yes.
Yeah, he scored that.
And big ups to Copenhagen because they have qualified for the last 16 of the Champions League.
Officially, is that game over?
No, I'm projecting.
It's currently 2-2.
No, it can't be. It was 1-0 to Copenhagen.
It's currently... Oh, no, sorry.
That's Real
the
Madrid.
Previous fixture. Sorry.
Oh, Real Madrid are leading 3-2 actually. So just to give an update on all the other scores that are happening now. Union Berlin, Real Madrid. Madrid leads by 3-2.
Okay. Copenhagen have qualified. It is officially full-time after receiving a red card, but winning that game 1-0.
And Man United are not exactly good. Even if they score 2 goals, they're still out.
They're out of the Champions League officially. Even if they score 2 goals, the only thing that the 2 goals can give them is a Europa League
Take them
spot.
to Europa. But I think they deserve to be out of Europe.
Certainly.
They just need to concentrate on domestic football, perhaps a good run in the FA Cup, and almost like consolidate and try finishing the top 4.
It's the best that a Man United fan can hope for at this
Yes,
point is a
'cause
top 4 finish.
League out of the question.
Out of the question.
FA
There's no
Cup-
league title for
FA
sure.
Cup,
for this.
I'm also thinking that's a stretch.
Hoyland has been disappointing this evening as well.
Oh, he was playing. I didn't see him.
As he played for United.
But yeah, this was yeah. It was
It's a tough watch. It's a tougher watch for a Man United fan, I can tell you that.
it was not.
I can imagine, Marco, the way I'm feeling right now, I can just imagine how United fans are feeling. It is just
Disappointing.
disappointing.
Imagine
Danko
the people.
Tsepi.
Imagine the people who, and sometimes as teams, as coaches and as players, I mean, there are people who, yes, they might be 2 hours behind us. We get that. It's only 10 o'clock for them now. It's almost midnight here in South Africa. If you are not in South Africa, big ups to you, by the way. You left your house to go to the stadium to watch this painful match.
Dude, we left
And
our
Champions
houses to come here and and do Watchalong.
Because it's your fault.
I'll take it.
It's over.
Congratulations to Bayern Munich for topping the group with a win at
6
Old
wins.
Trafford. Congratulations to FC Copenhagen, who were given no chance as this group was announced for even finishing third. They managed to get that second place spot, and they will qualify for the next round where they will face one of the other group winners for the Champions League. However, this means the end of a European dream once again for Manchester United. And their European campaign comes to an end. Super Sub, any closing words from you?
Yeah, look, I mean, tough one for United to take. I mean, I feel like they let themselves down. The games that they should have won, they didn't win. Galatasaray game, they should have won that game. FC Copenhagen game, they should have won that game. And they would have been in a better position today. And I think they came into this game knowing that the fate is not entirely in their hands, which makes it even difficult. You play a game thinking, even if we go all out and win the match, we might not even make it to the next round. So, yeah, they've got themselves to blame, and I think they're gonna look back and be saddened by those losses.
Yeah, they'll be very disappointed in themselves, disappointed in the points dropped in earlier fixtures, let alone this one. But to come to this fixture and perform in the way that they did tonight is extra disappointing, I think.
Didn't do themselves any favors. Like we were saying earlier on, they were not playing like a team that had to win this game. More than anything, yes, there were other permutations on the outside that you didn't have any control over, but control what you can, because now Europe is out altogether. They could have at least gone and pushed to actually play in the Europa League.
A competition that they might have been better suited for at this stage. However, we have come to the end of Manchester United versus Bayern Munich.
Interesting that I just noticed now. I mean, Eric Ten Hag just shot straight to the tunnel and he left his players in the field.
He's resigning tomorrow.
Well,
what else can
What do you make of that, Len? Look, I mean, shouldn't he be with his players, acknowledging the supporters?
yeah, as the players are currently acknowledging the supporters who remain. Very disappointed faces for those Man United players, but the fans will be even more disappointed. A man who may have been a fixture before the game in terms of a point of criticism, Andre Onana, didn't do much wrong tonight. However, his first Champions League campaign with Manchester United won't be one to remember. From us, though, Len Moleko,
we out.
do you want to comment on the actual interesting fixture for the night? We should have just changed the channel to Real Madrid versus Union Berlin, as Real Madrid managed to score a late goal in that one and win the game 3-2.
Sorry, I just need to correct something that I said earlier on. Only Real Madrid, as it stands, and Manchester City. Well, Real Madrid have already done it.
Yeah.
Because they've won all 6 of their games. Manchester City have a chance to do that when they play tomorrow. Bayern actually, I think, drew their first or their second game in the Champions League. So they only finished on 16, not 18. So big ups to Real Madrid.
Well done to them.
Clean sweep, 6 out of 6. We wait tomorrow to see if Manchester City can do it.
Yeah, if Manchester City can match that. Otherwise, from us for now, we will see you on Friday for another Betway ONSIDE live stream this Friday at 3
Are we announcing the winners on Friday?
I have already announced the winner for the Claudio Taffarel jersey, and we will be announcing the winner of that Betway top-up on Friday, so stay tuned.
And the Manchester United jersey is safe.
It stays with me for some reason. I sort of want to give it away a little bit extra now, but I will calm down, and I'm sure I'll be happy with that shirt going forward. From all of us here at the Betway studio, thank you to Shots for joining us on this late evening for a watch-along. Thank you, Len Moleko. Thank you, Super Sub.
Danko, Marco.
And I apologize on behalf of my team.
And come get your hug, my friend.
Above all else, thank you to you, the ballers, for joining us once again here on ONSIDE ZA. Remember to stay onside, not offside. Stay onside with us and Betway. Danko.
Danko. Which game is this now?